So conveniently, this is where it opened to. So we begin Act 2, except, hold up. A wayward vagabond records a stutter. Wait, what?
Really not opening voice mod.
Oh my god, dude.
I do have time to make a voice. I'm just opening it because.
A wayward vagabond records a stuttering step in the sun-bleached dust. Act 2! Are we doing this?
Am I going to read all that? If so, I'm pulling that up on my computer. I have so many Homestuck tabs open right now.
It's probably, we can probably skip this. I mean, it's something, but like, I think it's fine.
Hey, what do you
I
think
mean,
of this
if you
voice?
want me to read it, there
You
is
have to give
way
this.
more. What?
What do you think of this?
What?
Does this voice work?
No.
We are not hearing anything. Anyway, we're just let's just move on.
I think I know what's causing the issue. Hello. It's I have to go over to my mic settings. This video.
Mac and me.
Not Mac and me.
Wrong thing.
We lived a good life, Mac and me poster.
Okay, now do you hear it?
Oh god, turn it off.
No.
Come on.
It's like
not
the
that bad.
worst thing I've ever heard.
Alright, fine.
There.
Wow, they're stuck.
They are stuck at home.
At home.
The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate ways, leaving behind the sprite portion.
I think I should my computer again. Yeah, I fixed it.
Boy. What is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment, you thought you heard someone say, boy, as if whispered in the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination. You there, boy. This large platform. Good grief, what is it, boy? Boy, open this door and walk through it.
Click the text.
Oh, are you controlling this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, is there
This
something
is
I
what
can tell us?
Homestuck used to be like.
You there, boy. Boy, go in here.
Oh.
Observe this box. The bunny is not in the box. I said the bunny is not in the box. Why couldn't the bunny be in the box? Wait. What? This huge sewing machine. Of what use is it? The punch cards seem to contain the instructions for carving a totem of a certain shape. You guess maybe other punch cards will produce different shapes? It bears further exploration. This funny man text. You should ignore it. Just looking at the cover cracks you up. What a great book. Harry Anderson is your hero, and Mike Cavanagh's glowing treatment of the man does him every bit of justice. You'll have to give this another read soon. Boy, listen to me, boy. His name is John, you nincompoop. Investigate this device. It seems you're still connected to the internet. Rosa's trying to get in touch with you. You will reply in a moment once you have fully assessed your situation. Boy who is John, do as I say. What would you like the boy who is John to do? Get Ghostbusters 2 MMORPG. Inspect the ghastly man and his boy. Fred Savage has a punchable face your ass, more like a talented young actor's face who you would want to hang out with if you got the chance, and also if you were not a fully grown man now. Anyway, the thought of monsters looking in your house scares the shit out of you, which is why this movie is so awesome. But the fact that those monsters could also be your best friend is what makes it doubly awesome. What's that? It looks different now. After you bit that apple, your whole house seemed to be transported somewhere. Then the apple disappeared, and the Colonel Sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have any relevant ramifications. Go out of the door that is not here. What is down here? Proceed, boy. Open this. Your dad's room is still locked. Go in there now. Your plumbing appears faulty. Man, Rose did such a piss-poor job of fixing the bathroom. It would almost certainly be a mistake to try to use the toilet. I guess you could just go pee over the edge of the cliff. Ah, shaving cream. Leave it once. Obey my commands, John boy. And those commands are... Believe me, you have no intention of turning your head to observe this dreadful thing. What is the meaning of this rubbish? Okay, even you have to admit, this one's pretty funny. Use this to reseal that opening there. If only putting the lid back on the extruder would undo all that's done. Alas, Pandora's tube has been opened. Move this absurd edifice and exit your house, boy. This thing weighs a ton. You'd honestly be surprised if the game cursor could lift it, or at least not without a significant expense of grist. Of all the places for Rose to drop the infernal thing, more than ever you feel... What's the word you're looking for? Ah, of course, house-trapped. Wield these instruments of combat. Any one of these things would make a fine weapon, if only your strife specimen wasn't already allocated. Oh well. Stow a lump of soot for future use, boy. This stuff is really dirty. You don't want it. Besides, you have it on good authority that a significant portion of it is comprised of asbestos. Topple this urn immediately. That would be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it. Or, not intentionally at least. You consider that it is fortunate she is no longer around to witness this sorrow. On the other hand, you would probably benefit from her elderly wisdom now. This way, through the doors like you see in a cowboy saloon. Examine this artwork. Your dad was so proud when you drew this. He hung it up immediately, and it stayed there ever since. That was 1 week ago. Pekin bowl of goo. Wherever your dad went, he seems to have left in a hurry. For all his absurdities you have to put up with, you sure wish he were here right now. Sample powdered uncooked dessert. Back, ye miserable wench! Stay thy choking airborne particulates of temptation! This book is too big for a young, stupid boy. Colonel Sassacre's is your favorite book, almost as favorite as Wise Guy. They are both your favoritist of all time. Plunder chest. Would you like to play a game? Raven, is there anything I'm missing that's, like, actually important?
I don't think so.
Cool. Boy, quit all this scurrying around. For the last time, this boy's name is John. Fine. John, return to your quarters. You go back up to your bedroom, tiptoeing around this weird petroleum-based sludge. Now, John, respond to your friend unit.
John, are you there?
Yeah. Oh. Hey, yeah, I'm here. And not dead, I think.
I know. I've been watching you scramble through the house like a lunatic. You should have answered me sooner.
Oh, man, sorry. I was looking around for my dad and I can't find him anywhere. Have you seen him?
No, I'm sure he'll turn up. We have more important things to address right now.
Yeah, like, where am I?
I don't know that either, but I've determined your neighborhood was destroyed by the meteor. Wherever you were transported, it saved you from the impact. I've been reading reports in the news over the last few days. There have been many smaller meteor collisions with people's homes around the world, and they seem to be getting bigger. Yours was the biggest they've identified so far.
Wow, okay. So then I guess if this is all the game's doing, then the point is for us to save the world?
Perhaps.
Then we better get moving and figure out this game out.
Yes, but wait. We should retrieve your PDA yet again. It will help to keep tabs on each other while you still investigate. I think I can get you close. I can get you closer to it if I replenish your grist supply somewhat. There may be some way to recycle some that we've already used.
Okay.
I'll meet you out on the balcony.
Wait, Rose, one thing.
What?
You never even wished me a happy birthday. Hello?
I was working on something to send you, but I was running late with it. I didn't want you to think I believed meager well wishes alone would suffice for the occasion. That said, happy birthday, John.
Haha. Oh, jeez, that is silly. Anyway, thanks.
First, take the fabric item on the floor there. The towel? Why? Oh well, you're the boss. You capture the towel. What now? Do as the purple text says. To the balcony. John makes his way to the balcony per your awkwardly worded request. Wait.
Give me a minute.
Oh. That's probably fine, right? She has a line coming up, but I don't think it's a big problem. Wait, take that. The blue wobbly thing. You whimsically decide to capture the totem which was used to create the apple tree earlier. John, recycle the grist as was dictated by your cohort. John cannot do anything with the grist as of this moment. That is up to the Spurb player. I see. Yes, that will suffice. Rose deletes the perfectly generic objects. 6 units of bill grist are restored to your grist cache. Rose expends the grist to drag a new plank from the balcony in the direction of the PDA. John, run across precarious platform swiftly. John isn't sure about that. It's a long way down. Boy, I said make haste on the narrow catwalk. John is very nervous about the idea, and the strident tone of your commands is starting to make him a little upset. Fine. Proceed as your level of comfort dictates. You cautiously walk within range of the Nope. You cautiously walk within range of the PDA. Rose retrieves it. Now take it. You grab the PDA, launching one of the Harlequin figures into the night. You can kiss that one goodbye. Just one arrow command will suffice, thanks. Looks like you're not the only one trying to locate your father after the disaster. These boring men are uninteresting.
John, are you okay? You seem a bit tentative.
I'm fine, I guess. Since I got here, I feel compelled to do these weird things I don't really want to do by some kind of voice that I can't really even hear. I don't know. It is hard to explain.
Perhaps the early symptoms of anxiety disorder, like post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Well, if you can pull yourself together, there are a few more things we should try, like prototyping the kernel sprites again, if possible. We should hurry. My laptop batteries won't last forever.
Okay, I will go back inside.
No, don't do that. Hop off this ledge onto that car. What? No, that sounds incredibly dangerous. Okay, now you're just being a pest. Which turnip truck did you just tumble out of anyway? Who are you?
He's schizophrenic.
Years in the future, but not many. An unsealed tunnel welcomes hot desert air into its stagnant depths. There's too much here. There is too much here.
What is this?
It's technically Rose's, like,
This is Rose's
tutorial on
walkthrough, but there's so much here.
Is there any information, important things there, or?
Isn't it just like her talking about what's happened?
It's her explaining the steps of how to do this stuff, so. In the distance, meteorites fall with greater frequency. The fire in the forest burns so hot, not even the rain is putting it out. Rose, check status of battery. Your laptop battery is alright for now, but it won't be for long. If the power in the house doesn't come back on, you can think of one last resort, the small backup generator stored behind the mausoleum. Rose, prototype sprite with Betty Crocker box.
What? Oh man, you're going to use that? That sucks. What a stupid idea.
We have to hurry along. I'm running low on battery power.
But the cake mix. That's so dumb.
I doubt it matters. We might as well use any old crap lying around.
Fine, I guess.
The sprite is playing hard to get. You guess that's what you get for originally prototyping it with something that engenders mischief and pranksterism. Do the potted vegetable instead. It looks delicious. Pipe down, you. This is Rose's decision, not yours. Rose, prototype sprite with Sassacre text.
Oh, yes, sweet. Now we're talking.
See if you get distracted. I'll try to sneak up on it.
John, oh wait, no, sorry. John, flail about in a distracting manner. The sprite finds the distracting manner in which you flail about to be rather distracting. The pesky sprite eludes you again. Not even the great Colonel himself can outfox it. In narrowly missing with your attempt to create the Colonel sprite, you drop the massive tome. The entire house rattles under the astonishing girth of the book.
The Colonel sprite. I get it. Oh no.
In the other room, Nana's ashes dump onto the sprite, which is caught unawares by the dowsing. Inspect Hag Ash incident. You find the sacred urn toppled again. This time you're quite sure it wasn't your fault. The sprite is nowhere to be found. Rose, remove Grextruder from doorway.
Oh man, where'd it go?
I can't find it anywhere in the house. No time to worry about it. The next thing we should do is get your server copy of the game from the car. You need to connect to my client so I can repeat your steps and presumably join you, wherever you are. We should do this quickly before my house burns down.
What? There's a fire?
There will be soon.
Oh geez. So maybe this thing already... so move this thing already.
It looks like it requires a lot of grist to move. I don't even have enough to locate the door either.
How much do you have?
0.
Oh. I thought about jumping to the car from the ledge earlier, but that sounds really dangerous.
I have a better idea. Meet me upstairs.
Do again as purple words say. You're about to head upstairs, but you thought you heard something behind you. It was faint, but you could swear it was a small, light-hearted chuckle along the lines of a spirited hoo-hoo-hoo. Ignore this woman's antics. You're not sure you even saw a woman, let alone any of her hypothetical antics. But whatever it was you might have caught a glimpse of, it sure gave you the willies. You head upstairs on your way to the balcony. Your PDA is acting up again. Indulge the device, but be curt with it. Hey bro, check it out. I'm working on some new rhymes.
Dude, I don't have time for your nerdy raps.
Come on, this is Hellsville. Just listen.
It sounds like you don't even believe me that I was about to get blown up. But I really was. But now I'm in some weird dimension that Spurb sent me to or something. And now on top of that, I think I'm being haunted by my dead grandma.
Huh? For real?
Yeah, it's true, but I'll talk to you later about it.
I think I could drop some sick rhymes about all this.
Man, I see. Don't think all the rapping stuff is really as cool as you think it is.
No, this will be dope. Check it.
No, I have to go. Bye.
Okay, give me a second. Wait. Armageddon's getting waged on us, but I'm getting armed and dangerous. Sending men in space for saving us. See which player's more courageous. Ben or Bruce dudes reach a truce, put their blow shoots to use it up, suck it. Affleck sacrifice would have to suffocate, fuck it. Bro, be a stained glass saint up on a cross getting hella Christ plagiarized. Bruce is like off of that crucifix, enough of this fucking savior fuss. Restrained his ass per McLean redux while Buscemi remained derangerous. When a plan gone astray pays off a wasted crater rust. Ashtray catering to layers of Matt McConaughey's vague remainder dust. Wait, McConaughey wasn't even in any of those Meteor movies, was he? I'll have to make a rap about, I don't know, Morgan Freeman or something, being the president. It'll be called Obama Made It So That No One Gives a Shit About Black Presidents in Movies Anymore. See, you gotta fill me in on what's going on, so I have something to rap about besides all your dumb shit movies. Enough strange poetry from the red text. You head out to the balcony to find out what Rose has in mind. She is messaging you again. The purple text is less irrational than the red text.
I'm lifting up the car to the balcony.
Whoa, okay.
Once it is up, retrieve the game, then I'll put it back down on the driveway.
But the door is locked.
Then break a window.
But it's my dad's car, sad face.
It's just a window, and this is sort of an emergency. Otherwise, I'll promise I'll handle the car with velvet gloves.
All right.
Rose, pick up car.
No.
No, the car!
The car!
Ridiculous folly. Inexcusable. You're inclined to agree, but hey, accidents happen. You double-check your PDA to make sure if Rose is really gone. Indeed, this seems to be the case. TG is still pestering you, of course, but another chum is now logged in as well. What color are the words that this chum says?
Oh shit, that's me, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Green text.
you're
I'm
the green
back.
tech. Oh, hi.
I want to investigate the explosion I heard.
Was it by any chance a meteor?
Yes, how'd you know?
Oh man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything?
No, I'm fine. It landed a pretty good ways from my house, and I went to look at it. And it's pretty big, but because
Beck, it's
What?
it's a name.
I hit you. Beck doesn't want me to go near it, so I came home. He seems to think it's dangerous.
Well, gosh, he's probably right.
Anyway, what have you been up to, John? Oh, did you get my package yet?
Yeah, I was trying to get it, but Rose dropped my car into a weird, spooky, bottomless pit, and the package was in the car, and I'm really sorry about that.
Oh no!
Wow, okay, I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood.
That's terrible, John. I'm so sorry.
But I'm okay, and my house is too, sort of. That game I was telling you about, Spurb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of transported me somewhere at the last minute. But now I'm trapped here, and it's weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I just lost the car and my copy of the game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from the apocalypse.
Space.
There is no way to vocalize that emoticon.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm?
it sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it also sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John. Maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it's probably you.
Wow, you think so?
Yes.
Well, okay, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to Rose to help transport her and save her from the meteors and fire and stuff, but she lost battery power and I lost the game disc, so I think I have to get TG to use his copy to save her. But that jackass won't show up and stop rapping and stuff.
He's so silly.
Yeah, anyway, I should talk to him about it, so BRB.
The green text was attractive. Now view the red text again. When the film crew zooms where the president sat, I'm like, if that dude's black, I'll eat my hat. Turns out he is, so we're all damn directors got gumption. Like, we all flip our shit, he ain't shining shoes or something. It's called free-emancipation. If it's not pres-election, it's got ascension. And Bruce Almighty, whoops, different Bruce from the one I just mentioned.
Ah,
Can't explain to me why it's in condescension. To think I'll shit a brick, not even he can convey the intention with his quick-spun wit. Rather defray all this tension, sit on his lap while he whittles a splint, and some guy eyes what he does and patronizes. I guess I'm not reading that.
stop rapping for a second, you horse's ass. I have something important to talk about.
What's up?
Rose is in trouble and she needs help. I was going to connect to her with Spur, but I lost my copy.
Okay.
Also, she lost battery power. If she can get back up and running, she'll need someone with the game to get her out of there before her house burns down. So I think you should use your copy of the game to help her.
My copy? That's gonna be tough.
Why?
I lost it. It's a stupid story, and I'd rather not talk about it. Should be embarrassing, yo.
I thought you said you had two.
Well, yeah, one is my brother's copy.
Okay, well, get his then.
Alright, but he's not gonna be happy about that.
Whatever. Also, you might want to read Rose's walkthrough to get up to speed on this.
Oh, man.
What?
Nothing, really. Look, all I'm saying is the girl tends to lay it on kind of thick, you know?
Rolls eyes.
Yo, it's cool, Dave. Pretty much everyone else only skimmed over her walkthrough, too.
We just completely skipped it.
Your laptop is out of battery power. There's only one thing left to do. Time to make your way to the backup generator. Rose, knit laptop cozy to shield your laptop from the rain. That would be such a waste of time. Besides, you already knitted one a while ago. You retrieve it from your knitting bag and apply it to your laptop. You capture log the laptop plus cozy. Rose, equip Grimoire to Strife Specialist. That would be incredibly ill-advised. There are some dark forces you just don't want to mess around with. You understand this better than most. You put the book down. Rose, recapture log your items. You grab the knitting bag and the grimoire, in that order. It's always a logistical puzzle with your tree modus. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting... That was... Nope. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting bag accessible in the root card. Rose, allocate knitting needles to Strife Specimens. You feel a lot more comfortable with this as a weapon. You're so handy with those needles, you feel like you could probably use them to fillet a swordfish. You lose the root card in the process, severing the tree. Hey, careful with all that stuff. Rose, knit plush Cuddle Cthulhu to soothe nerves. That would also be a preposterous waste of time. Besides, you're quite sure you've never heard of this creature called Cthulhu before. There are, however, many other specimens of the zoologically dubious you're familiar with, such as
Get ready.
consult the grimoire.
These names get a little weird.
Cthulhu, foul patron of misery. To hear his mammoth belly gurgle is to know the epoch of joy has come to an abrupt end. And fucking what?
Nerubglyph.
Nerubiglyph, shame beast, king of grotesquerie, writhe lord of the moist beyondhood. Hearing his melodious chirps and tongue clicks causes one's bones to explode. And of course, there's Oglogoth, the deep one. Whenever he grinds his teeth, all the children of a random galaxy somewhere will frown continuously for a 9,000-year span. He is the first and smallest of the smaller gods, appointed in servitude of a vile, unfathomable pantheon of middling gods, which caters to the whims of the noble circle of horror terrors, an omnipotent order of the elite few, forever cloaked in the darkness of the furthest ring. And then there's this strange page containing some rather mysterious notes on summoning procedures. You've never been quite sure what these diagrams are getting at. Rose, take items and proceed downstairs. You recaptulate everything the way you want it to appear in the tree and head downstairs. You figure that's enough dilly-dally. Time to get a move on. You wonder if this rain will ever let up. It's driven since the month began, perhaps long enough to forget its purpose. It no longer even knows to assuage fire. Somewhere a zealous god threads these strings between the clouds and the earth, preparing for a symphony it fears impossible to play. And so it threads on and on, delaying the rays of the Conductor's Baton. How you hate this season. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desires, stirring dull roots with spring rain. American sports legend Charles Barkley. Rose, confront Mother in hall. Surely your mother is lurking nearby. You should be prepared for an unpleasant What? There's this really cool dude, okay? He's standing around being all chill, like cool dudes are known to do sometimes. A cool dude like this probably has a real cool name, but he probably wouldn't just tell you what it was if you asked. He'd be way too busy for that, busy being totally sweet. But you could always try to guess his name, and if you were right, he might nod ever so slightly. That's a cool dude's way of letting you know there might just be hope for you yet. This guy doesn't have time for this sort of bullshit. Try again. Examine room. Your name is Dave. It is an unseasonably warm April day. Your bedroom window is open to let some air in, and your fan is cranked. Arguably even more cranked would be your fly beats, which brings us to your variety of interests. A cool dude like you is sure to have plenty. You have a penchant for spinning out unbelievably ill jams with your turntables and mixing gear. You like to rave about bands no one's ever heard of but you. You collect weird dead things preserved in various ways. You're an amateur photographer and operate your own makeshift darkroom. You maintain a number of ironically humorous blogs, websites, and social networking profiles. And if the inspiration strikes, you won't hesitate to drop some fat rhymes on a mofo and represent. What will you do? I'll be the first to take the blame for the fact that Dave has never once in this story exercised his habit of raving about bands no one's ever heard of but him, which is a shame. Dave, quickly retrieve arms from cinder blocks. Nah. Dave, get the damn beta and save your friend's life. This notion strikes you as nonsensical. You can't imagine how a video game could save someone's life, and in any case, you're quite sure no one you know is in any danger. Anyway, these are your copies of the beta you received in the mail recently. You've labeled them with your name in bold red print to distinguish them from your bro's copies who labeled his in kind. Neither of you really gives a shit about this game or has any intention of playing it, but you'll be damned if you let that get in the way of your campaign of one-upmanship. Dave, bleat like a goat and piss on your turntable. You would never consider allowing any fluid even remotely resembling urine to touch your beloved turntables. That would risk breaking them, and a world without the gift of your godly science just doesn't sound like a place you want any part of. While you're at it, you might as well wipe out human civilization with a meteor or something ridiculous like that, which will probably never happen. This sort of thing only happens in stupid idiot movies for stupid idiots. You will, however, contemplate bleeding like a goat for ironically humorous purposes at a later date. Dave, examine closet. This is your closet. This is where you keep a lot of your crap. Like that box. And that bottle of... What is that? Is that... Dave, check the blue box. This is the package that your friend John Egbert sent you for your 13th birthday a little while ago. It now contains nothing except a note and a certificate of authenticity vouching for the genuine Hollywood memorabilia which the box originally contained, and which you are now wearing to be ironic, but also to be incredibly cool in a way somehow intangibly related to the ironic nature of the accessory. You find it sort of exasperating to explain these subtleties to people. The box also included a signed photo of Ben Stiller, which now proudly hangs above your closet. Proudly and ironically. Dave.
Ben Stiller.
Dave, take box. You capture log the box through your hash map fetch modus. Your modus's current hash function resolves the index by valuing each consonant at 2 and each vowel at 1. The total is divided by your number of cards, and the remainder is the index. The box is capture logged in card 5. Dave, examine jar of unknown yellow substance in the closet. Oh hell yes, it is an unopened container of apple juice. You thought you were all out. It is like fucking Christmas up in here. This is so great. You've got to tell John about this immediately. He'll be so excited. Dave, take juice. You capture log the juice into card 7. Dave, access Pester Chum and Pester John. In addition to letting your buddy know about this outstanding juice windfall, you figure you'll wish him a happy birthday while you're at it. In your own cool, sort of roundabout way, of course. Good thing you looked at that box he sent you, or you might have forgotten. You also might as well ask him about that beta. The kid's been harping about it for weeks. It would be cool if it came on his birthday. He'd be one happy camper. Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today?
I got a Little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm going to watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny.
Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It is like fucking Christmas up in here.
Okay, that's fine, but I have just one question and then a word of caution. You ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage?
But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory?
All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Try using your brain, numbnuts.
Why did the fat kid who ever drank it know what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous.
It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice.
Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage has a really punchable face, but who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet?
No, did you?
Man, I got 2 copies already, but I don't care. I'm not gonna play it or anything. The game sounds boring. You see how it got slammed in Game Bro?
Game was a joke and we both know it.
Yeah. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now.
Alright.
So any questions about that?
We already went through this.
I think this is the first Pester log in the comic.
I believe I think so. I remember.
I think the first one is between John and Dave at the very least. So I think this is that one.
Yeah, I believe it's the one because I definitely remember. Have you seen a movie called Little Monster starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage?
Yeah, this conversation definitely happened before, and I don't think this is the first. This is the only time that pester logs get repeated.
Probably not. Dave, go online and view sites indicative of your interests. You open the Hephaestus web browser and direct it to your ironically maintained blog where you post monthly satirical reviews of Game Bro magazine. Your latest post is a review of the March issue.
Dorito Grand Snack. Fuck yeah.
You've been meaning to write a review for the latest issue too, but you've been sort of dogging it. Something about the game they're reviewing just doesn't strike you as ripe for satirical purposes. Oh god, here we are. In a new tab, you open another one of your sites, a webcomic ironically maintained through a satirical cipher vaguely similar to that of your blog. It's called Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. You have legions of devoted fans, most of whom are totally convinced of your creative persona's sincerity, which is just how you like it. Who's gonna be who?
Who wants to be who? I don't even know which one's which.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
What is?
Who wants to be red shirt? Who wants to be blue shirt?
I get. Which do you want to be, kid?
None. I said nose
Oh.
goes.
I guess I'll be blue shirt.
All right. Man, I can't wait to be a useless piece of shit all day and play all these games. Fuck, I'm falling down all these stairs.
I warned you about stairs, bro. I told you, dog.
It keeps happening.
I told you, man. I told you about stairs.
Sweet
There
Bro,
are
and,
up-
Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff has always been the superior comic.
There are multiple of them.
Wait, they keep. This is a regular thing that keeps appearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Dave, check the latest page of the Midnight Crew.
Which
You
is Sweet Boy and which is Hella Jeff?
I don't know. I'm guessing red shirt is Sweet Bro and blue shirt is Hella Jeff, but I genuinely have no idea. You figure as long as you're chilling at your computer, you might as well see how that new MSPA story is going. You haven't looked at it in a while. Midnight Crew. Oh wait, oh no.
Did this appear last time and we skipped over it or something?
John skipped over it. John decided not to read any more of it.
Oh.
You are members of a sinister gang called the Midnight Crew. Your nefarious plots are serpentine in complexity. Your schemes convoluted. You are planning a heist in your underground hideout. What will you do? Use Occam's razor on plans and schemes. Spade Slick uses Occam's razor to carve a circular hole into the heist plans, freeing it from the knife. You wonder what moron would jam the knife so hard into the table in the first place. So, like, I don't think none of these characters speak, right?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
So
SS,
this is
There's
a
like-
webcomic with 2 webcomics inside of it.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
there's more than
There's
two
like a whole
webcomics
like
in this
1,000
webcomic.
page part just over like these characters and then these other green characters.
And then they end up mattering later, but we'll get to that.
What?
Most of the green characters don't matter later.
A couple of them
Only a
do, though, and
couple.
the entire thing exists to set them up. SS, climb ladder and exit hideout. Implement nefarious plots. You push against the manhole cover, but it seems some unbelievable jackass has parked your getaway van on top of it. A familiar feeling stirs. That feeling is overwhelming, soul-blackening rage. It's the sort of rage that'll make a man feel totally justified in sporting an unnecessarily elaborate assortment of fancy blades. Dave, skip ahead 100 pages or so. You don't remember where you last left off, so you jump way ahead. You always forget to save your place in the story. It looks like tempers have become short in this pressure cooker already. You speculate that the tipping point may have been an ill-advised motion for a game of 52 pickup. Dave, save your place, read it later. Even though the adventure began recently, it's already over 3,000 pages long. You just don't have time for this bullshit. You'll catch up later. Besides, it looks like someone's pestering you. You're pretty sure you know who it is. Sorry. Dave, answer Chum.
In some cultures, the persistent refusal of a lady's invitation to play a game with her would be a sign of blatant disrespect, either that or a flagrant homosexuality.
What? Oh, no. No, look, I'm busy, okay? I've got a lot of shit on my plate. I'm sort of a big deal, okay?
I know, sometimes I wonder how you are even allowed to pay for meals in restaurants. It must be hard to keep a low profile when you're always overhearing odd voices whisper, "It's that guy who has a blog."
Seriously. Dudes be worshipping me left and right. I can't hardly walk down the street without stepping over torsos of the prostrate.
Navigating urban landscape, I'm sure, is difficult enough without an obstacle course of deferential flesh and skyward acids. Perhaps adapting the art of parkour in your unique environment would help.
Yeah, I mean, damn, like, there's this scruffy little shit at my feet. an orphan or something, I don't know, face flush on the pavement. I'm like, dude, you listening for a stampede of buffalo or something? He braves a look at me, then gives my shoe a little kiss and scurries the fuck off.
Heavy is the crown.
Yeah, not kicking Oliver Twist in the fucking face every day is my gift to the world, I guess.
Breathtaking magnanimity.
Among other things, I just give and fucking give.
Indeed. Nary a jewel tumbles from your wish box of daily exploits, which I imagine does not sparkle.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you're just lobbying for me to play that dumb game.
Baseless accusation.
Look, I am telling you, Egbert is all about that game. He'll play it with you and probably be tickled stupid about it.
I know this very well. I cannot hasten his mail's delivery, however.
Yeah. I'll ask him some more about it. And look, how about this? If you ever find yourself in the position where your life depends on me playing that piece of shit game, then I'll play. Will that make you happy?
More than you know. It perfectly mollifies my grief over the demise of chivalry.
John, what are you doing? Stop doing nothing. Meanwhile, in the present, in a place where the present may be a concept of dubious merit, John is spacing out, but a vague and forceful thought jolts him to attention. Or maybe it is that bumping sound coming from the other side of the door. What is that? A thick, unpleasant fluid pools from beneath the door. Troubling. Investigate this. There is a trail of this fluid in the hall leading to your room. Dave, play some hauntingly sick beats. You've had enough of the computer for a while. You feel like you've been messing around on it all week. It's time to get your jam on. You pull up to your trusty Akai MPC 1000 sampler and prepare to get sick nasty. Oh god. Oh no!
Sounds like
Take a sip of the apple juice despite what John said.
No, Dave, don't do it.
Those beets were so fresh they belong in the produce aisle, is what you're talking about. Soccer moms be thumping that shit for ripeness like melons, know what I'm saying? After beets that
No.
fresh, it would be a crime not to reward yourself with a celebratory swig. Wait,
No.
I just realized he has to do it to take things out of the... Oh my god.
What do you like? What you just like do math to bring it out?
Yes!
Dave's so cool. Oh my god, I want to be like Dave. I
Everyone
wanna
wants to
be
like
Dave.
Dave. Dave is the coolest.
You can't do it. John's got you all twisted up inside now. All you can think about is Mandel's gross monster piss. Damn you, Egbert. You recaptulog the juice. Dave, allocate sword to Strife Specibus. Your Strife Specibus is already allocated with the blade kind Abstratus. There is no need to allocate it. You can wield your sweet ninja sword as a weapon once it is in your Strife deck, but you will have to captulog it first before moving it there. Dave, captulog sword. The ninja sword occupies the same card as the juice. Expelling the juice from your Siladex, it splashes all over your turntables
No.
and your copies of the beta. Ah. Dave, get a towel or something. You head out to get a towel from the bathroom across the hall. You glance at one of the many radical puppets in your bro's collection and nod in approval. Is there anything not awesome about your bro? No, you think not. You enter the bathroom. There's a damp towel on the floor you can probably use for this crisis. You stop to pay a little respect to one of your bro's boys up there. Hey, little man, how's it hanging? Dave, captulog damp towel. You take the damp towel, expelling the box. Dave, search the bathroom for something slightly less damp. Nah, you just decide to wring this towel out into the toilet to make it less damp. It is now just a towel. Dave, take towel. You take the towel and grab the box again while you're at it. Dave, clean up the juice. You clean up the juice with the towel and hang the damp beta envelopes on your line to dry off. In the breeze of the fan, the betas jostle near the open window. This arrangement is a little disconcerting. If they fell out, it sure would be a stupid way to lose them. Dave, turn off the fan. The crisis is easily averted. You can't imagine it will ever resurface later in any way, shape, or form. That beta is as good as yours forever. You should probably go pester Egbert again. You wonder if he found the beta yet. You also might chat about your respective Silidices and fetch modi if the topic happens to come up. You wonder if he is anywhere near as smooth with his Silidex as you are. Probably not. It's probably not even humanly possible. Suddenly, a rambunctious crow flies in the open window and snatches the beta, possibly to make a nest with, or maybe just for the sake of being a brainless feathery asshole. You yell at the bird.
Oh my god.
You accidentally launch your ninja sword. Everything goes flying out the window, dead bird and all. No one can ever know about this. Dave, look out window. Yeah, you can kiss all that stuff goodbye. You feel sorry for the bird, but at least you never planned on ever using that beta, ever. Anyway, now that that bit of ugliness is behind you, you guess you can look forward to several more hours of messing around in your room. Whoa, wait, what? That was timed very poorly. You prepare to descend the stairs to your living room. You are standing eye to eye with a familiar foe, a 20-foot-tall granite statue of the mighty wizard Zazarpan the Learned. Your mother had him installed through a hole in the roof with a heavy-duty crane. Just to look at that mystical gaze. To peer into those aloof glassy eyes is to arrest the curiosity of any mortal. To behold the wisdom concealed in the furrows of that venerable face is to know the ceaseless joys of bewilderment itself. Any man so fortunate as to catch askance his merry twinkle or twitch of whiskers shall surely have all his dreams fulfilled. You find this grisly abomination utterly detestable. Rose, psychoanalyze mother's love of wizards. There is nothing to psychoanalyze. Your mother clearly has no real affinity for these damnable things. She only collects them to spite you. If anything, she finds them even more repellent than you do. She's just a committed woman. Rose, go downstairs to the kitchen back door. You descend to the living room area of your home's expansive open layout. There is the sound of rushing water beneath the floor. It tends to strike guests as a strange presence in a living space, but it's become hardly audible to you through familiarity. There's the front door, but hopefully there's no need to make the long trek around the house in the rain. You might as well see if you can slip through the kitchen and out the back unnoticed. Rose, view Mother's solid copper vacuum statue. Okay, but it's bronze, not copper. But it wasn't always. A while ago, you gave this as an ironic gift to your mom for Mother's Day. You even customized it with a drink holder to support one of her ubiquitous alcoholic beverages. She liked the gift so much she had it bronzed and put on this pedestal. She even left it plugged in so it can still be turned on now and then, but never to do any cleaning. It never leaves this display. Sometimes at night when you're in your room you can hear it wailing from downstairs. She must know you can hear it. She's completely deranged. Rose, grab the Eldritch Princess. It's too big to capture log. Not that you would want to move it anyway. The pretty princess doll has been sitting there for months, ever since your mother got this abomination for your birthday as a totally passive-aggressive gesture. You decided to make it much less abominable by knitting Her Majesty a new head and new arms. Now it brings a mischievous smile to your face whenever you walk by. Your mother hasn't removed the doll yet and probably never will. She would never be the one to blink first. Rose, acquire umbrella for protection from elements. You're gonna have a hell of a time accessing that card when you need it. You guess you'll just cross that bridge later. Rose, peek inside kitchen. The liquor bottles are full... The liquor bottle... God damn it. The liquor bottles are out in full force. Mom is surely nearby. Rose, investigate richly colored object in middle of screen. That would be your refrigerator, whose surfaces have customarily served as the battlefield for a chilly siege of passive-aggressive one-upmanship. This was a drawing you did of your cat Jaspers when you were younger, along with a poem about him. Your mother bought this ostentatious $15,000 frame for it, and had it welded to the door.
Who doesn't love a one-upsmanship contest?
Using the you're gonna love Dave and Bro then. Using the colorful magnet letters, you recently left a succinct message, which may or may not have been directed toward anyone in particular. But you couldn't find the letter W, so you just stuck two V's together. Your mother then purchased a fresh pack of W's and left them there for your convenience. Appreciative of the thoughtful gesture, you left her a sincere thank you note, which you had legally notarized and then marked with a drop of blood. But part of it was touching the floor, so your mother was kind enough to lift the lower portion of the document with a velvet pillow.
This is amazing.
Rose, attach a W to face as a fake mustache. This is incredibly silly, and you're not sure how it fits into your campaign against your mother or getting your computer back online to escape your doom. But it's hard to resist getting a little silly sometimes, especially when you're absolutely positive no one is watching. Rose, capture log W. But that unsightly void in the W pack won't do, nor will the gash in the plastic. You deposit 12 cents in its place, which is your approximation of the letter's value. You also make a vow to return later and neatly sew the plastic shut. Rose, think of ways to one-up Mother. You now wonder how to address the pillow situation. It seems the woman has you at a clear disadvantage. Perhaps slipping a fresh doily under the pillow will do the trick. Or maybe spilling a bit of no, I know how to pronounce that word, goddammit. Or maybe spilling a bit of Worcestershire sauce on it, and then having it dry cleaned and returned along with a laboriously ingratiating apology note. No, there's no time for anything like that. Or maybe, just thinking out loud here, you could use the entire pack of W's as M's. Oh yes, that would burn. But you've already done something with that W pack, and there's no need to go back and gild that lily. This is delicate business, and that pillow is screaming for rebuttal. Rose, Capjog Velvet Pillow. You decide to take the velvet pillow and lovingly embroider a poem in praise of motherhood on it. Hopefully you can pull this off before she notices it's gone. But it causes your tree to be pretty badly unbalanced. It surely will auto-balance itself in a moment. And just like that, the umbrella becomes accessible in the root card. That's one of the things you love about the tree modus. Happy surprises. Rose, head out the back door. Okay, enough's enough. Time to get going. Ah! You don't know how she does that. You're never safe in this house. And of all things to be doing during a power outage, she's up to her ironic housewife routine again. That mop bucket doesn't even have any water in it. What an absolute madwoman.
Bucket.
Oh,
bucket.
wait, it's literally the PNG. It is
It's the
literally the
first
same
instance of the
PNG.
bucket. It's
Got
the
a new
first
bucket
instance of the bucket.
emote. Silhouette bucket.
I can't believe the first instance of the bucket is on page 377.
Mark this in history, guys.
Rose, hop over counter, landing in a roll. That this bird's gotta fly. Youth roll. Lousy goddamn stupid wizards. Meanwhile, in the past again. You're almost done patching up the hole in your window with the gaffer tape. But it's sort of hard to get any work done when people keep pestering you all day. You guess you better get to that. Dave, answer Chum.
Green text.
Green text.
Dave,
Hey, sup?
not much. What's up with you? Bro.
Good one. It's alright, being chill, I guess. You know how it goes.
Great, feeling cool today? Mr. Cool Guy?
Oh man, you know it.
So cool.
You know shit is ice cold up in here. Shit is wicked bananas, I'm telling you.
So, have you talked to John today?
Yeah, we were just talking a little while ago about how he sucks at his Sylladex. You know, if he uses stack, that gets ridiculous.
Well, that doesn't sound like much fun.
What was it you use again? Wait, never mind. I forgot whenever we talk about your goofy moduses, I get a migraine. What do you want with John?
Face. I want to tell it. Is that him, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is him.
I want to tell him happy birthday and ask him about his birthday package. I'm sorry, the way I'm looking at this, it's like really bright.
Oh, yeah, I was being sort of cagey and told him to check the mail, because I was wondering if mine came yet.
I think it did.
Yeah?
And I think mine came too.
So, I guess you want to know if he likes it or something.
No. He will not open it. He'll lose it.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, I guess.
No, it's good actually, because he will find it again later when he really needs it. Which, of course, is why I sent it in the first place.
See, like, I never get how you know these things.
I don't know. I just know that I know.
Alright.
Anyway, I have to go. I have to feed Beck, which is always a bit of an undertaking.
Man, if I were you, I would just take that fucking devil beast out behind the woodshed and blow his head off.
I don't think I could if I tried.
Yeah. Say hi to your granddad for me too, okay?
Yes, I guess an encounter with him is almost certain. It is usually intense.
Well, yeah, isn't it always with family? And he sounds like a total badass.
Yeah, he totally is. Anyways, gotta go.
See ya.
This Homestuck is a master at just making you want to know things and just
And we
teasing
won't
you with little bits.
find out about that for like 100 pages.
Read the bottom. Read the bottom part.
Dave's one pixel smile there means that there are literally more than 10,000 drawings on the internet of Dave and Jade kissing.
What?
Dave, get phone. It will be handy to have your phone on standby so you won't always have to go back to your computer whenever someone pesters you. This way you can text message people no matter where you are or what outrageously cool thing you're up to. So cool. John, pursue adversary into that room. And even meanwhile, in the present, sort of, once again, the slippery antagonist eludes you. You only find more of these unpleasant oily smears. Someone is pestering you. Both your PDA and computer register the message. This chum will know what to do. Alright, I'm out of my room now looking for my bro's game.
Oh, good. Yeah, there is no sign of Rose yet. I hope she's okay.
Well, if she comes back, I'll be ready. You better know what you're talking about, because this could get ugly. Brought my phone and I'll stick my awesome katana with me in case things get too hot to handle. And they always do.
You mean that cheap piece of shit you have on your wall?
F you. It's sharp and it's awesome and it's a sword. End of story.
Okay, I don't really care. I'm in my room again. I really think there's someone else in this house. Like monsters or something.
Howie?
Haha, I wish.
Dude, sorry that I wish just got me.
I wish. Who doesn't wish Howie Mandel was
with
with
it was
them?
Howie Mandel. Dude, monsters aren't real. That's stupid kid stuff for stupid babies.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right.
What are you, an idiot? Of course there are monsters in your house. You're in some weird evil monster dimension. Come on. Skepticism is the crutch of cinematic troglodytes. Like, hey, Mom, Dad, there's a dinosaur or a ghost or whatever in my room. Yeah, right, Junior, go back to bed. Fuck you, Mom and Dad. How many times are we gonna watch this trope unfold if it wasn't funny the first goddamn time I saw it? Just once, I'd like to see Dad crap his pants when a kid says there's a vampire in his closet. Oh shit, everyone in the minivan! Be fucking Dad of the year right there.
Before I consider that, I totally agree with that statement, man. That's one of the tropes I get so annoyed with. Okay, stop. What do I do?
What do you have, a hammer? Man, so lame. Okay, whatever. You should look into weaponizing your Silodex. My bro is always getting on my case about it, but man, it's not as easy as it sounds. But if you're fighting monsters left and right, you don't have much choice.
Okay, I guess I can read up on data structures some more. How's it going there?
I'm out in the living room. He's usually here, but I don't see him. Might be playing his mind games. He's always pulling this ninja shit. All I see is a little cow over there, so I guess he can't be far.
Ha. Oh god, so lame.
What?
Yeah, I just don't know why you think it's cool. His ventriloquist rapping thing.
Oh, little cow? No, man. Little cow's the shit.
That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm just saying that being a shitty rapper with a ventriloquist doll is not cool by any stretch of the imagination or by any definition of the word cool, ironic or otherwise. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, bullshit. Cal's dope. Puppets are awesome. John Egbert blows. The end.
Yeah, more like the opposite of all those things is the thing that is true. I'm going to read. Good luck with your bro.
Let's play a game I just made up. It's called Spot the Funniest Line of Dialogue on the Page. I really love this rant. This one's really good.
That is pretty great.
Dave's rants are always just amazing.
Yeah.
That is pretty great.
Read your book. Stay wary of these foes. Monsters. Only little babies who poop in their diapers believe in that stuff. Rose, youth roll right out the front door.
Strife.
It looks like Mom has satisfied her strife quota for the day. She simply returns to her housework. No point in going out the front door anymore. Might as well head out the back like you originally planned. Rose, first, be the pony. Second, trample Mom. You can't be this stupid pony, and frankly you can't imagine why anyone would want to. You give the pony a begrudging pat on the snout anyway. Her name is Maplehoof. John, turn around. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Data Structures for Assholes. Chapter 7. God damn it, why do I even bother? The good news, finally your revolting incompetence can be put to use. Instead of accidentally firing a Silodex full of snake knives into a priceless oil... Snake knives?
I want some snake knives.
Instead of accidentally firing a Silodex full of steak knives into a priceless oil painting of your beloved great aunt, you can turn that fumbling fury toward one of your foes, such as the ability to grasp painfully simple concepts. The bad news, I'm tired of explaining myself hoarse to you gibbering fuckwads. In this chapter, I will be phoning it in with the literal use of diagrams and shitty clip art. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna wriggle in your own viscous secretions like the worms you are. That's what. Here, learn something for a change. You're trying to read, okay? This book is already unpleasant enough as it is without weird voices in your head nagging you to do things. Besides, I thought we already agreed there's no such thing as monsters. Fine, you'll interrupt your reading and turn around, but you don't see what could possibly be so— Oh my god, it's a monster! Exit. You leave through the back door. Nearby is the transformer, which distributes electricity from the underground generator powered by the river flowing beneath your house. The transformer was struck by lightning, though, and no longer works. You wonder if your mother has any plans to have it fixed. You guess she'd rather just play her mind games in a dark house like a weirdo. You can see the mausoleum and the portable generator across your backyard. You're almost there. Alright. Rose, use umbrella. You regather your items and begin the soggy trek mausoleum work. Get up, John. This is no time for slumber. Oh, wait. Oh, I mausoleum. Retrieving the W never even crossed your mind. It's just a stupid magnet. John, salvage your weapon and fight on! Oh wait, I just realized what the next page is.
Yo, that's a lot of build grist for just having 6 for a while. Yo, that Mac and Me poster.
Put the bunny back in the box! Now, why couldn't he put the bunny back in the box? Now, exult. Victory. Spoils are yours. Yay, we've leveled up on the Esha ladder!
What?
Don't worry about it. The amazing victory allows you to scale the first 2 achievement rungs on your Esha ladder. You are now a plucky top with a new feather in your cap to show for it. The Esha ladder rewards your bold descent with 125 boon dollars. You waste little time in storing them in your ceramic pork hollow. Additionally, climbing the rungs has boosted your gel viscosity and cash limit. By expanding your cash limit, you've made room for all that nice grist you just collected. You now have 32 fragments of build grist and 10 fragments of shale. What about that card? It seems the shale imp had allocated the bunny to its strife specimens. Sort of a stupid thing to use for a weapon. You might as well grab it and stick the bunny in your strife deck while you're at it. It will at the very least be safer there. Okay. You group the 2 specibi in your strife portfolio. No self-respecting strifer would be caught dead without one. Gather the scattered bits of your large hammer. Oddly enough, it seems breaking the sledgehammer altered the abstratus from hammer kind to handle kind. even going as far as expelling the head of your smaller hammer from your deck to force compliance. You didn't even notice it in the heat of battle. You grabbed the sledgehammer handle, expelling the useless Harlequin figure. Now, repair the hammer. You merge the sledgehammer head with its handle and return it to your strife deck, repairing the hammer kind of stratus in the process. The smaller hammer handle is ejected from the deck, since of course handles of any sort no longer belong in there. Obviously. Fine. Now what? Dave is pestering you, but you don't have time to deal with his nonsense right now. Something is amiss in your room. You can't quite put your finger on it. Rose, hurry and activate the generator. You fire up the generator and drag a cord into the mausoleum. It, of course, would be foolish to run the generator inside a confined space. Generator safety is everyone's business. Rose, defile tomb. Sorry, Jaspers. Have to make space for the laptop. Besides, your final resting place is already a mockery. You should have decomposed years ago under a bed of petunias like a normal cat, not given to a taxidermist and fitted with a tiny, custom-tailored suit and then stuffed in a coffin built for infants. Rose, plug in your laptop. You plug in your laptop and connect to the internet signal again. Everything predictably falls out of your Siladex, but you're not about to get bent out of shape about it. You have bigger fish to fry. Looks like Dave noticed you're back on the line. He pesters you like clockwork. And there's John. What on earth is he up to now? The door, John. Look at the door. You're right. Didn't Rose yank the door off its hinges and prop it on your bed? Someone or something has put it back and left it slightly ajar. Incredibly alarming. Investigate. What? This is outrageous. Oh god, it's the bucket!
The bucket!
The bucket.
Wow.
Rose, pester John. Oh, there you are. John said your house was burning down. Are you on fire yet, or what?
No, for now I have retrieved
Retired?
I've retired to the safety of a smaller building, which is much closer to the forest fire threatening my residence.
Oh, well that's a relief. John told me to get the game to help you get out of there, so I'm working on that now.
Working on it?
Yeah, my bro's copy. Long story. Hey, don't tell John, but I think he might have been right about the puppets. They're sort of starting to freak me out a little.
You're referring to your brother's collection?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's cool and all, the semi-ironic puppet thing, or whatever, or semi-ironic. Man, I don't even know. I'm just starting to think some of this shit is going a little too far, and it's kind of fucked up.
I've seen his websites. I like them.
Yeah, well, you would. Oh man, I wish a little cow wouldn't look at me like that. With those dead eyes, Jesus. Sometimes I dream that he's real and he's talking to me, and I wake up in a cold sweat and basically flip the fuck out.
Interesting.
Oh god, why did I just tell you my dream? You're gonna have a field day with that.
I'm currently scrolling notes furiously into one of my many psychoanalytic analyticist journals I maintain for you. Published papers forthcoming. Because, it's not like either of us have anything better to do at the moment than evaluate each other's radically debilitating pathologies.
Yeah, I'm gonna get moving. Oh, have you heard from John? He's not answering me.
He won't answer me either, but I am watching him. I suspect he is preoccupied with the fact that he had just had a bucket of water dumped in his head by the ghost of his dead grandmother, who also happens to be dressed like a clown.
Alright, I'm out. Later. Interrogate this mad woman.
Nana?
Light blue.
Follow me.
Caden.
Sorry. Yes, dear.
Wow, you scared the living daylights out of me. Well, I guess it was a really great prank. Good one, Nana. Anyway, are you really my dead Nana?
Of course, John. I've come back to help you on your journey through the medium and beyond. I am delighted to see what a fine young man you have turned out to be. Just like your father.
Okay, I guess I will take your word for it. I don't remember you at all. My dad said I was really young when you died. Hey, speaking of which, do you know where he is? I looked everywhere for him.
I don't read the author notes. It's a huge spoiler. I love how half of the author's notes are gigantic spoilers, and the other half mean absolutely nothing.
I know, it's hilarious.
Your father was kidnapped.
Oh no.
When you crossed over the medium, he was apprehended by the very forces of darkness which your presence here has awakened.
What? Okay, so what is the medium you were talking about?
It is where we are now. Around that is ring of pure void, dividing light and darkness. It turns into the thick of the whatever that is. A place untouched by the flow of
Insipisphere? I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually
untouched by the
means.
flow of time in your universe.
You mean because we are inside a computer or in the game software or something?
A computer? Why, what is that, dear? Some newfangled contraption? Like the horseless Autobot?
It's like this machine that,
Of course I know what a computer is, John. I was just pulling your leg. Ha ha ha.
Oh, okay.
No, John. You're not inside a computer or software or anything like that. Try not to be so linear, dear. The software that brought you here was merely a mechanism that served as a gateway. Its routines, in a way, serve to invoke that set. God, this hurts my eyes.
It's not the best text color.
God. Invoke this realm's instance, yet it stands independently of any physical machine that's somewhere paradoxically always hit has.
Maybe you should turn
I'm
on
not
your
sure I
screen
get it.
brightness.
Yeah, that might help. I'm not sure I get it, but alright,
I don't
so
know
what
where
do
my
I
brightness
actually
thing
need?
is on my screen.
So what do I actually need to be doing here?
I think it would be best if we started with the big picture.
Go on.
Above the medium, beyond the seven gates, residing at the core of the Insisphere is a place known as Skya. Legend holds that Skya exists as a dormant crucible of unlimited creative potential. What does this mean, you ask? I'm afraid my lips are sealed about that, dear. Oh! But needless to say, where a realm of such profound importance is concerned, forces of light will forever be charged with its defense, while forces of darkness will just as persistently convey its destruction. And as it so happens, at the center of this realm's whose fate is in question, these very forces duel on a stage, stuck in eternal stalemate. Yes, they have dueled in this manner forever. This is until you showed up.
Me?
Me?
Yes, you, John. Before your Give me a second.
Find your brightness so you can read this.
I can read for Nana if he wants me to.
I don't remember which one is what. I don't just fuck with things. Hold on. Give me some time here.
If you press 1, it should pull up the menu before it actually does anything.
What? Excuse. What are you? Hello? My monitor is at the lowest brightness setting, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Dang. Display. Oh, no. Never mind. It's at 75%.
Yeah, I mean, lowering that might help you just a little bit, maybe.
Maybe we shouldn't have given the brightest colored text.
Yeah.
There we go. Now, where was I?
I'd like the starting, I think.
Before you mishap with my ashes, you may recall the sprite's previous incarnation, which resulted from its kernel's hatching. You see, this hatching occurs automatically in response to your arrival result in a pair of kernels, one dark, one light, each carrying the information they were prototyped with before the hatch. One goes down to the kingdom entrenched in darkness, the other up to the kingdoms basking in light. Each comes to rest in orb stop a spire, of which there are 3 others in kind. The 4 spires are situated above a throne, and these 2 thrones preside over the 2 respective sovereign powers. And once the kernels are situated, that is, when the game is afoot, the true war begins: light versus dark, good versus evil. This is a war that the forces of light are always destined to lose, without exception.
A quest of futility, then.
Wow, really? Then what's the point?
That remains for you to find out, dear. For you see, the journey you are about to take is the ultimate riddle.
Whoa.
For now, your objective is to proceed towards Skya and pass through the first gate situated directly above your house. Not even terribly far, the gates will become progressively more difficult to reach, so you'd better be prepared to sharpen your adventuring skills.
How am I supposed to get up there?
You build!
Okay, I think I get it now. So I guess the battle against good and evil is sort of irrelevant. Well, I don't know, that all sounds kind of weird. But in any case, we build the house to get to these gates, and then I can save my dad.
Yes, John.
And then after that, we solve this ultimate riddle thing and save Earth from destruction.
Oh no, I'm afraid not.
Huh?
Your plan is done for, dear. There's nothing you can do about that.
Oh.
Your purpose is so much more important than saving that silly old planet, though.
And that is...
Yes, I will have to agree with the float hag about that.
You're such a good boy. I know you will succeed.
Thanks, Nana.
You're a good boy, and good boys deserve treats.
Hooray.
I'm going to bake you some cookies.
The hag
Mm.
mentioned
Blue on the-
cookies. Wait, what?
She left blue on the Con Air poster.
Peach just got
That's a
so
Con Air
granny
poster.
slimed, it's not even funny. God damn it, let's see.
The bucket.
The fucking bucket!
The bucket.
Wait, it's a less compressed in this image.
People can find it now. Let's go.
Not right now. The hag mentioned cookies. Pursue her. Oh, god damn it, that's just what you need. More baked goods. John, you do not say no to cookies. I command you to get them. You totally abjure the hell out of that idea. You're so busy abjuring, you don't even notice Rose has been trying to pester you this whole time. Rose, hit John in the head with box to get his attention. You give John a swift drubbing in the noggin, but he is undeterred. That is some fit he is throwing. Perhaps you will take this spare moment to contemplate the Nana Sprite's strange tale. It may also behoove you to record your thoughts on these developments in your Game Facts walkthrough/journal. It can be hard finding time to update it. In fact, you're not even sure where you found the time to write what's already there. Oh, is that so, Jaspers? And just who do you think you're looking at with that smug grin? The last thing you need is sass from a dead cat. It's pretty much all his fault you're in this mess in the first place, so we can just button it. John, cookies, now. You refuse outright. This impudence is insufferable. Go get the cookies. Well, when you put it so politely, how can John decline? John, you are stupid. You really need to work on your manners. Stupid, stupid, dumb. That's not a command. It's nothing. It's stupid. You're stupid. For the last time, I command you to get the cookies, boy. It's just not going to happen, buddy. Years in the future, but not really enough to write home about. An agitated finger slips mid-keystroke. No. She's not finished with this yet. Jeez, cut her some slack. Maybe you could go bug someone somewhere else for a while. Or, at the very least, somewhen else. Wait, hold on, what? Oh. I was almost hoping these were real. Months in the past, but not many.
God damn it. Hi, happy birthday, Rose.
Hello, and thanks.
Did you get John's present yet?
I just opened it this very moment. What a stunning coincidence you would ask about it now. I am stunned.
Yeah, I know. What will you make with it?
And who said it was something from which something else can be made?
Well, John did tell me what it was. Duh.
I suppose I'll take a stab at learning the craft. It's the least I could do in response to the subtle dig concealed in his gesture. He often tells me I need a new hobby when I am perfectly reasonable and when I make perfectly reasonable analytical marks.
Oh, but Rose, I don't think he meant anything like that by it. You see, not always means the opposite of what they say, the way you and Dave always do.
Maybe. His birthday is in a few months, isn't it?
Yep, I finally finished a present for him. I've been working on it for years.
Years? It's hard to tell when you're joking, or if you're even capable of it.
I just nailed it. I just nailed it too, so it is sure to get there on time. Mail takes a while to get anywhere from here.
I'll probably craft something with strong sentimental value that should burn him.
I don't think you really mean that.
I guess not. So shall I expect a green package dropped to my house via airmail from whatever screwball cranny of the globe you're tucked into?
No. Sorry, but you're sort of hard to shop for. Besides, I have something for you today that I think you will like better than something in the box.
Oh?
It is a tip.
This is already intriguing enough to compensate for the grave scarcity of lavish gifts parachuting from the sky. Please go on.
Did you have a pet for a long time ago that died?
Yes?
Okay, well, how did you feel about your cat? Did you love him a lot?
Okay, well, I didn't mention it was a cat or that it was a male. Let's pretend I'm surprised and you're embarrassed and move on. To answer your question, I would describe my feelings towards the animal as lukewarm.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't really matter, I think. Just, what if someone told you you could play a game that would bring him back to life?
If someone told me that, I would regard that remark as with a great deal of skepticism. If that someone was you, on the other hand, then I would have to ask preemptively, is that someone you?
Yes, that someone is me. I just thought you might find it interesting.
So what is this game?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying is all. I think you'll hear about it later, and maybe you can talk to John and Dave about it. They are way more into all that stuff than I am.
I'll see what the word on the street is about it. In due time. For now, I should probably order a copy of Knitting for Assholes. It would be a shame if I ran late with John's present.
Dave, get Katana.
What is with Jade's deal? She's psychic.
We'll have to find out. You capitulate your katana and prepare to venture out into the apartment to retrieve your bro's copy of the game. But first, maybe, just maybe, Dave, retrieve dead bird. Dude, that bird is long gone. It probably won't last long in this heat anyway. You don't even know what's up with this sea heat. The sun threatens to set but won't step off. It's staring you down like the big red eye of a hot needle slipping on a groove it's tracing around the earth. While lingering in midair, its heat seems to suspend time itself, stretching it like warped vinyl. It's meant to rain this season, but there ain't been a drop in sight. Even a little drizzle would help. Might help to fizzle the sizzle, a little bizzle, set the record straight up some long turn tizzle. Okay. We good? Can I just not read all that?
Sure.
I mean, if you want to skip important storytelling.
Yeah, very important. Yep. This is the important part of this page.
It really is.
Dave, exit your room and go into the living room. Sorry, little dude, coming through. Gotta put you down for a bit. You figure you left him hanging long enough. Dave, hastily enter the room with wild abandon. You barge in and see a familiar face, a friendly face. You stand in the living room. Your bro spends most of his days in here. At night, he crashes on the futon over there. You don't see him anywhere, though. There's a puppet chest he stores Lil Cal in when he takes him out on gigs, but when he's home, he usually leaves Cal on display somewhere. And with good reason, because Cal is totally sweet. So sweet. Man. Dave, pity the fool. It's your brother's Mr. T puppet, which of course is kept in the apartment with a sense of profound humorous irony. But as usual with pedestrian tier 1 ironic... as usual with your bro's exploits, this is no ordinary irony, or anything close to a pedestrian tier 1 ironic gesture, which is a meager, simple step removed from sincerity. This is like 10 levels of irony removed from the original joke. It might have been funny like 8 years ago to joke about Mr. T and how he was sort of lame, but that was the very thing that made him awesome and badass, and that his awesomeness was also sort of the joke. But in this case, the joke is the joke, and that degree of irony itself is also the joke, and so on. Only highly adept satirical ninjas like you and your bro can appreciate stuff like this. It's cool taking stuff that other people think is funny, but you know really isn't, and making it funny again by adding subtle strata of irony which are utterly undetectable to the untrained eye. Also, for good measure, Mr. T is wearing a leather thong and handcuffed to a pantsless Chuck Norris puppet. God, you hope you can be as good as your bro at this someday. You'd never tell him that, though. Dave, find Lil Cal and give him fist bumps. Cal's nowhere in sight. All you see is a bunch of your bro's weird nude puppets strewn around haphazardly. You guess these things are kinda cool. Sort of. Dave, play a game on the Xbox. It looks like your bro is playing. It's not like him to leave in the middle of some totally intense gaming. Not like him to misplace Cal either. Man, you hope the little guy's alright.
Is that baby Muppets?
Yeah, I think it is.
That
explains
top
this.
picture is censored.
Well, Gonzo's nose is blurred out because he constitutes indecent pornographic material.
Okay, that makes sense. He's a Muppet fan. He likes puppets. Muppet fan. That makes sense.
Oh, there you are, dude. Didn't see you there. We be chill today, Cal? Yeah, you better fucking believe we be chill. Cal's the man. Dave, resist great urge to play Bro's Xbox. You fail to resist the urge. You start thrashing up stunts, something uncanny brutal, on your quest for mad snacks, yo, and get this way rude hunger under control. She is basically flying off the hook. It's like she wants nothing to do with that hook. The hook is dead to that shit. You get stuck in some poorly modeled 3D fixture or something, like a railing or a piece of the wall, you'll have to reset. Fuck this shit. Okay, so I love that, like, the narrator for every other character in Homestuck is written mostly normally, but specifically Dave, it sounds like Dave is writing his own narration.
I mean, he has a blog.
Dave's writing himself.
Dave, give Lil Cal a bro fist bump. Nah, man, you almost forgot. Gotta give the Seaman some props. Dave, check out your bro's sweet gear. Your bro has so much sweet gear, it's hard to keep up with it all sometimes. Here's his computer setup. He's usually got a lot of stuff cooking on here at any given moment. Since he's not around, you might as well sneak a peek.
Hustle and fuzz.
Want to know what the deal with Hustle and Fuzz is? The answer is, I have no fucking clue what the deal with it is. Dave, look at your brother's computer. Your bro's computer is password protected, of course, to protect all the incredible top secret shit he's got on the burners. Of course, you know what the password is, and he knows you know it, and you're both cool with that because the password is the most awesome thing it can be. You enter the password. On the desktop is a hodgepodge of unnamed folders to store all the stuff he's working on. No one can decipher his organization system but him. He also tends to use the application Complete Bullshit to keep up with the ludicrous amount of websites and news feeds he monitors to stay hip to the scene. Dave.
Wonder
What?
Wonder what his password is. 6 letters.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find out eventually. Dave, open Complete Bullshit. This is complete bullshit. Dave, check if Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff has a sweet update. Your bro keeps up with your projects in his aggregator, just like you keep up with his. He's tuned into your various blogs, and of course, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. You navigate to the latest comic in one of the many bullshit feed bans.
Oh, yeah, I also figured out which one is which.
Oh.
Sweet Bro is the black-haired one, and Hella Jeff is the blonde one.
So I was right.
So I'm Hella Jeff. Bro got a ticket for the big game It's sports.
Dog, I am so jealous. You know I love the big game.
Oh yeah.
And there he goes.
Does that mean
This is incomprehensible.
Big man has the rock. He's driving so hard through the paint downtown. Alley oop for the slam dunk. Sweet bro and hella
God,
Jeff.
sweet bro.
That's gonna be me while you guys are having
Best
fun
thing.
at state. I'm just gonna be staring through the window at you.
Dave, mouse over the orange stripe containing plush rump. Another one of your bro's many ironic websites. The difference here is he rakes in thousands of dollars a month through this enterprise. Smuppets are a multi-billion-dollar a year enterprise, and it's awfully hard to resist taking a firm squeeze from the plump udder of that cash cow.
I'm sorry. What?
Smuppets.
Smuppets.
This has been the topic of a few fanfics.
I'm not surprised.
I'm very much not surprised.
Dave, stop wasting
Uh.
time and look for Bro's beta. You guess you've messed around on his computer long enough. Better get a move on before it's too late for Rose, or worse yet, your bro catches you. But my god, the rumps, they are transfixing.
Mm-hmm.
You know this is ironic and all, and your bro reaches echelons of irony you could only dream of daring to fathom, but on rare occasions, when your guard is down, it all seems just a tad unsettling to you. Oh, hey there, Cow. Dave, give little Cow a nervous fist bump. You were sort of starting to flip the fuck out, without losing your cool, of course. Dave, pester John to ease your nerves. You get Egbert on the line again to give him the lowdown on your progress. You feel it's important to keep the wires hot, but he's not answering. You wonder what that guy is up to. Hey, what is up? What happened to the monster that's totally definitely in your room? Did you kill it? Where are you, man? Anyway, things are cool here. Totally cool. Puppets are still awesome. No problems with them or anything. Like, just really, really awesome. Looks like Rose is finally logged in again. Didn't John say her house was burning down? You wonder if she's on fire yet or what. Dave, pester Rose.
Wow, it's almost like we already read this.
Yeah, maybe. Seconds in the future, but not many.
John, what are you doing? Snap out of it. We ought to discuss what your grandmother told you, don't you think? Fine, enjoy your stupor. I'll go about my business elsewhere.
Rose, deploy the punch Designix.
John, whenever you read this, you should know I put the shale you've collected to use and finally deployed the punch Designix. It is in your study. I can only drop it, though. You'll have to be the one to mess around with it and see what it does. When you're finished with your weird histronics, maybe you could give it a try. I'm updating my walkthrough, and it would help to know what it does. Also, I should probably warn you that your house and yard are completely infested with monsters now. Try to be careful.
So I can see, stupid lousy imps. They're making up all my cool stuff.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm not sure what came over me there. I was acting really crazy for some reason. My head feels like it's clearing up. I think I'm alright now.
John, rebuild the claw hammer and return it to Specibus. You're getting way better at this sort of thing. John, confront Pogo Ride to prepare yourself for Nana. Thank God your sanity has returned so you can entertain extremely rational, coherent thoughts like this one. You examine the pogo ride from the bathroom window. You do not like what you see. Anyway, well, wait, those sons of bitches. No one risks painful injury on your green slime ghost. Those sons of bitches. No one risks painful injury on your green slime ghost pogo ride. No one but you. Rose, drop something heavy on one of those imps.
Rose, my piano.
Sorry, no nuisance to those controls at all. No nuance to those controls at all. I was hoping to bludgeon the imp without letting go of it. I guess I can't really do that. A broken piano isn't the end of the world, though.
I guess you're right.
You'll need to pick up the spoils in person. I can't interact with Grist.
So that means I have to go out the back door.
Yes. Is there a problem?
Well, it may sound dumb, but I was hoping to avoid Nana and her spooky ghost cookies.
You're right. That does sound dumb.
Can you see her in the kitchen?
Yeah,
What's she doing? Is she baking?
you could say that.
Are you sure you can't get that grist up to me somehow?
Maybe.
Rose, use pogo ride to fling Grist through window. Doesn't look like that Grist is going anywhere. You just never know with these gaming. You just never know with these gaming abstractions. Rose, drop pogo ride in John's bathroom. John, get Grist.
There you go. Now why don't you check the design X? You could do that while I get to work.
On what?
Piano, level up for slaying the imp. The piano, in its valiant effort, has unfortunately been slain. But if it hadn't, it would have raked in so many boon dollars. You have no idea. So many. Rose, it's time to build.
Nana said to build, so that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This sure is going to take a lot of grist. Looks like you're going to be busy, John.
Warg. Well, what are you building?
Stairs. They're fairly expensive, actually.
Oh man, I could have warned you about stairs, Rose.
I'll try recouping some of the grist from the catwalk I built earlier.
It keeps happening.
Ah, good. Looks like I can get a refund for earlier allocations.
I told you, Rose. I told you about stairs.
Okay, consider me fully briefed on the matter of stairs. Now, if you don't mind, it's hard enough to concentrate on this without immersing ourselves in Strider's non sequitur.
Did you know he thinks puppets are cool?
Does he?
He's so dumb.
Rose, use build grist to construct observation tower on roof. Okay, you obviously don't have enough grist yet for something that ambitious, but you can get started with something of a foundation for upward construction at least. John, check cabinets for imps or useful items. No imps in here, just a lot of shaving cream. Dads love shaving. It's basically all they do, when they're not baking, that is.
Dads love shaving.
John, bring 2 cans of shaving cream. You catalog 2 cans of shaving cream just in case. You never know when you'll need to bust out a hilarious shaving cream Santa beard to ratchet up your prankster's gambit. Your telescope goes flying out the window. John, ride pogo ride. It's a little cramped in here for any sort of proper reckless pogoing. You'll just grab it and hang on to it until the right moment presents itself. The towel floats back down to the rack. The circle of stupidity is complete. Rose, check up on Nanaquin. See what's cooking.
A lot's
Cookies.
cooking.
It's a lot of cookies.
John,
Don't touch
make
my
your way to
cookies.
the study. It looks like the imps have taken a shining to the Crux-struder. Cruxite and black goo everywhere. John, ride Slimer Pogo and one-up that imp. Well, okay, it's not a Slimer Pogo, but you mount it anyway and brandish your deadly armaments. John, ride your steed to victory. This is incredibly dangerous. John, flip the fuck out. Let's see how they like the old double-barrel leather blaster. Whoops, oh shit! Mr. John, respectfully ask that you please stand up. Don't move or the pogo gets it. Now, sir boy, flee from this... Wait, yeah. Now, sir boy, flee from this boorish rabble post-haste. Nice abscond, dude.
Abscond?
He just
Don't worry about it.
disappears.
Refrigerator, level up for slaying the imp. The refrigerator skyrockets up the ladder to a new rung, 5-star General Electric, and earns 285 boon dollars. Things are really looking up for this feisty appliance. Well done, John. Polite congratulations.
Is it gonna grow miniguns?
For some reason, you feel a sense of positive reinforcement. Wherever that feeling is coming from, it sure is a welcome change from your erratic moods earlier. Now, my civil fellow, I have a well-mannered query to ask.
I blocked the entrance to the study to give you some space to work with the design mix. John, imps behind you. Should I take care of it? You trapped your PD egg, and didn't you? Why'd you have to pick up all the stupid shaving cream? So pointless.
Rose, drop something heavy on one of those imps. John, might I bother you for a can opener? Oblivious to the commotion behind you, suddenly you find yourself pondering the whereabouts of a can opener. You think there is probably one in the kitchen, but the path is blocked by your refrigerator. John is completely unresponsive. What the hell is that nincompoop doing? Years in the future, well, let's not get totally carried away here. A studious eye darts about a page like a honeybee gathering the nectar of wisdom.
What does this
No.
mean?
Oh, wait. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. Rose, construct a loft above... Wait, what's the last one?
Oh my god.
A view of his kidnapped father's room. I can't see in here for some reason. Perhaps this is because John himself has never entered the room. It is possible that I can only, in a sense, see what John can see, or has seen already. I have not found the time to discuss this with him yet. If he enters the room, the question may answer itself. Rose, construct a loft above John's room.
It's just like The Sims.
I guess this is a way to do it.
Ladder seemed to be a bit cheaper than stairs.
Fellow John, it appears we've reached an impasse. Yes, it seems so. The opener dilemma remains unsettled, most unfortunately. It is unfortunate, I guess. What are we talking about again? But it has been a pleasure nonetheless.
Where
Thanks for
did
the
the
courtesy.
shelf come from?
It's not really necessary, but thanks anyway. No, but thank you. Okay. Thank you so very, very much, dear favorable small primate. I shall take my leave now, John. Until next time. Wait, where did all this sweet loot come from? Why is there suddenly a crumpled hat on your head? John, gather grist, examine designics. Feeling especially economical with your behavior suddenly, you scoop up all the grist in the room and turn your attention to the Punch Designix all in one fell swoop. The device features a countertop station design. God damn it. The device features a countertop station designed with a keyboard setup, not unlike an old-fashioned computer. There's a blinking red light and a diagram etched into a panel. Rose, answer Dave. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I getting this stupid game for you? You're the one who should be wrist deep in puppet ass.
What is the specific problem?
The problem is I am up to my goddamn neck in fucking puppet dong.
You know you like the mannequin dick. Accept it.
I am enrobed in chafing, wriggling, god-fucking-damned puppet pelvis. An obscenely long, coarse Kermit cock is being dragged across my anguished face.
Let's put this into perspective. You put up with the puppet prostate because you love it. Also, coarse is a good word.
You don't seem to harbor any sympathy for the fact that I've burrowed fuck deep into lively, fluffy Muppet buttock. I'm whirling in the terrible cyclone at the... It's like a fucking apocalypse of perky proboscis here. Like the proboscalypse, I guess.
Are you gonna start rapping about this?
What? No, listen.
Prong of flesh, breath of home, found solace, twist of cleft of foam.
No, oh Jesus.
Of apocalypse, your thoughts eclipse, a painted pair of parted lips, that dare through kiss to stir the air, that teases tufts of orange hair, and through the faces flush in a lover's fists, hands snug in plush, gloves befit.
Okay, Dickinson, if you could shut your perfumey trap for a half second, this is serious. I'm just saying, if I see one more soft, bulbous bottom being, like, kind of jutting out and impudent or whatever, I'm gonna fly off the handle. I'm gonna do some sort of acrobatic fucking pirouette off the handle and win, like, a medal or some shit.
Then let's hope there'll be a squishy diarrhea somewhere below the handle to break your fall.
John, observe back of the first visible captcha log card. You flip over the top card containing your pogo ride. Anytime you captcha log something, a new code appears on the back of the card. You've always wondered what the code was for. Damn, these things are hard to read. But then you've never really found any reason to decipher them. Until now, perhaps? John, examine reverse side of Hammer card and Strife Specibus. Looks like cards from your Strife deck have codes too. John, enter captcha code as seen on back of Pogo Ride card. You enter the code DQMMJLEK into the keyboard. At least you think that's what the code is. The red light switches off. A green light begins blinking. John, insert card. John, type in NZ7UN6BI. In the interest of due diligence, you enter the other code and repeat the process with that card too. Both cards are now punched with different hole patterns. John, attempt to retrieve Pogo from card. Oh, well that should just be a simple matter of... Uh-oh. It looks like it's trapped now. You don't see how you can access the item anymore, or store a new item in there for that matter. These cards are pretty much useless now, and the items they contain are toast. But maybe all is not lost. Recalling from your experience with the pre-punched card, you may be able to use the cards to replicate the items in question. Assuming you got the codes right, that is. John, mash keys heedlessly. Not quite through with your cowboy empiricism just yet, you mash at the keyboard to generate a random code. You enter DSKJHSDK. The Designix stops you after 8 characters, which appears to be the maximum length for a code. The green light goes on, signaling its readiness for a card. You figure you might as well burn the shaving cream, since the product is not exactly at a premium in your household. You also figure you might as well merge the 2 cans onto 1 card. You're a little sad that your dad isn't around for this. You have a feeling he would get a real kick out of the idea of duplicating more shaving cream. You punch the card with a pattern that is in no way related to the code for the item it contains. This should make for an interesting experiment. Mad science is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, you just burned another card in the process. Your deck is really dwindling now. Maybe you should have thought this through a little better. On the plus side, you just freed up your PDA, which is overflowing with the pent-up chatter of anxious pestilers. John, answer your chums. Puppets, awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Turntide Godhead changed his mood to rancorous.
John, I'm about to throw a bathtub through your wall. Watch out.
Wow, that was so totally unnecessary.
I made a shortcut upstairs. I thought it would be a good idea to get you up there and tried the cards as soon as possible. Also, you weren't being terribly responsive.
You mean these stairs? Man, look at these shitty stairs. They're so narrow. I'm supposed to climb those?
They're perfectly navigable. I'm saving on grist for now. If you keep slaying foes, collecting grist, and expanding the cash limit, we may not need to be so economical with our resources in the future.
So why didn't you just build a way through the hole into my dad's room?
Have you ever been in there?
No?
Exactly.
Huh?
I'd rather not get sidetracked. I'm more interested in further exploring the mechanics of the game and watching you discover what sort of outlandish barlequin decor your father keeps in his room.
Oh, come on. What's the big deal? I'll just climb up and go right through.
Will you?
Yeah, why not?
Are you saying you've never wondered what's in there? Or why it's been kept a secret from you?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Then trust me, you won't be going right on through.
Wait, are you saying there's something, like, troubling in there?
I don't know.
What do you mean? What do you see in there?
I can't see in there.
Oh.
But I don't have a very good feeling about it.
Whatever. I think I can handle a few more stupid clown paintings.
Rose, move punched cards to John's room. Rose, drag some Cruxite dowels up to John's room. John, collect grist, examine safe. You swoop up the bountiful supply of grist generated by your co-player's recent exploits. From now on, it will probably go without saying that you'll nab any grist lying around without making a big fuss over it. You check out the busted safe, which has made a noble sacrifice in battle. Some of your father's odds and ends have spilled out, including some old newspaper clippings and 2 rather hefty tomes. It's a fair safe bet that these books comprise at least half the weight of the safe. John, examine Family Tome of Humor. It's another copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. This one looks really old, perhaps an original printing. Could it be the same one involved with your grandmother's unfortunate accident on that fateful day? Dad would never speak a word about it, but maybe Nana wouldn't be so tight-lipped. You give it a cursory perusal. It appears to be similar to your reprinting, listing all the japes and chicanery you've come to know and love. You captchalogue it, thinking you may give it a closer look later. John, examine contents of safe. You take a look at the other book. You're pretty sure Dad thought this was a scintillating read, but it looks pretty boring to you. Maybe you'll crack into it someday when you're old enough to shave. Everything in the safe was obviously very important to your father. You wonder why he kept it locked away from you. Some things about him you will never understand. It seems he's been collecting scraps from the news over the years. These articles go back decades. Space rocks knock local burbs block off. Populace oblivious to broader significance of events, assuming there is any, which there definitely isn't. Shortly after 4 a.m. today, downpour of meteors in a residential neighborhood became yet another instance in a pattern of recent rocky cosmological phenomena. The incident, aside from property damage and loss of life, was downplayed by authorities as not all that big a deal. John, look at the piece of paper taped to the wall. Son, if you're reading this, it means you are now strong enough to lift the safe. You are now a man. As such, you are entitled to what is inside. I know you will take this responsibility seriously. I am so proud of you. John, turn the card over. You guess this is the combination to the safe. This is completely useless. John, examine back of captchalogue card on floor. You guess these are all zeros? Or are they capital O's? Zeros would probably make more sense for an empty card, you think. John, captchalogue the card. John, enter code on back of card into Designix. John, punch card.
Wait, John. Before you punch that, I was about to say, if you first took note of the code, then removed the card from the card, you could have punched the blank one. You would have only burned 1 card instead of 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn it.
John, throw hat down in disgust. John, captchalogue punched captchalogued captchalogue card. What? John, take PDA. The 2-card Sylladex, Inventory of Dumbasses. John, level up. Colonel Sassacre, level up for slaying the imp. The Colonel soars to new heights on his echelon, reaching the rung one-man julep vacuum and pockets 95.50 boon dollars. Chump change for the genteel, aristocratic Southern Colonel. Bathtub, level up for slaying the imp. The bathtub surges heroically and surpasses the rung Archimedes Aqua Cradle, proceeding directly to vaunted rung Taft Jammer. The tub makes off with a cool 490 boon dollars. The tub's basing capacity remains unaffected. Safe, level up for slaying the imp. The safe was slain in the battle. A great flaming nautical pyre carries it off to Valhalla. John, make your way up those stairs, post haste. You're not sure, they look pretty precarious to you. But you've been assured the stairs are perfectly navigable. Lad, scramble! Lousy goddamn stupid stairs. Dave, ignore Lil Cow and find the beta. You wander over to the place where your bro keeps his sweet turntable gear. Man, that setup is sweet. You feel pangs of jealousy whenever you walk by it. Really cool jealousy, though. Like the kind where instead of getting all worked up about it, you don't actually give a shit. One of your brother's rad and extremely expensive ninja swords is missing, though. You know this drill all too well. Trouble's a brewing. Dave, take expensive ninja sword. What sword? Dave, exit your bro's room. You approach the exit. There's something on the door you haven't seen before. Looks like one of your bro's ironic comics he left for you to check out. What have I done? Animal, please start breathing. Oh god, please breathe. Okay, make believe time is over. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What will Nanny do to me if she finds out? No one can ever know. I have to hide the body. Where? Think. Imagination. The one time I really need you. Hello, Ralph. I want to play a game.
That's ironic.
Okay, some of the stuff you know he's just leaving around to get under your skin. This is obviously another ploy in his relentless siege of one-upsmanship to get your goat. The same goat you've been meaning to bleat like ironically, but that will still have to wait for a more appropriate time. You think he knows that deep down you feel like you're still not ironic enough to get stuff like this, and this is probably some weird gauntlet he's throwing down to see if you'll get it. But honestly, you think this material is just a little too ironic. You just don't need to see this shit right now. Dave, go into the kitchen. No sign of Bro in here either. Well, aside from the absurd quantity of awesome dangerous stuff he leaves lying around. Dave, transfer katana to Strife Specibus. With an escalating sense of threat, you think it's time you shift your katana to your Specibus. You figure it's better to free up the card anyway, since you might need to grab some of this stuff. Dave, set blender to mix. You guess Bro stuck some fake blood capsules in that puppet. Pretty gross. Spot one of your bro's many webcams nearby, recording the incident. It seems you may have just been an unwitting accessory to some sort of grisly puppet snuff film. You're not totally sure how you feel about that. Dave, Captchulog Buster Sword from behind microwave. This might be the only thing in the whole apartment that's a bigger piece of shit than your own sword. You put it back behind the microwave where it belongs. Dave, set blender to crush ice. It's just sort of bouncing around in there, making a bit of a mess now. Dave, hide evidence in microwave. See, like, his hobbies are cool and all, and you guess he's got to put his shit somewhere. But what if he just wanted to heat up a burrito or something? His kitchen is pretty much useless. Dave, grab those fireworks. You Captchulog all the fireworks the sink has to offer. You just know these are going to come in handy. What would they be in? Why would they be in the sink if they weren't? Looks like one of them is still stuck in the garbage disposal. Dave, Captchulog shurikens. You grab the shurikens and... Hey, careful where you're putting stuff, especially if you're looking to turn your Sildex into a powder keg full of sharp things. You put the box of fireworks back into card 5 and prepare to start out... Or card 3, apparently. That settles that, you guess. Dave, take nunchaku. You take the nunchaku, once again grabbing without thinking ahead. First, you Captchulog the box again, while adeptly avoiding the shuriken trap which you yourself set only moments ago. You again round up all the fireworks. Time to regroup here. Dave, Captchulog each shuriken individually. You grab each shuriken one at a time, knocking out those nunchaku. But no worries, you've got a plan. Dave, Captchulog nunchucks. You take the nunchucks. Everything seems to be in order now. It would have been badass to go with the authentic Japanese names for each weapon, but sometimes you've just got to compromise with this modus. Dave, examine fetch modus. You flip over your fetch modus and check out the back. You're not really sure where it is you're keeping this thing? Oh well, who cares? Dave, press eject button. Oh hell no. Not after all that trouble you went through to get the stuff situated. This is potentially a very dangerous button. Dave, change to Scrabble points hash modus. First, you program your modus with a Scrabble points hash function, adding it to the list. This might be a cool function to use, but it looks like you'll have to empty your Sylladex to select it. You're just not going to do that yet. No way. Dave, check the box Detect Collisions. Okay. Dave, take the skateboard. And just what is this guy so happy about? What's he looking at up there? You think if you see one more soft bulbous bottom being like kind of jutting out and impudent or whatever, you're going to fly off the handle. You take the skateboard. Actually, no you don't. A collision has been detected. You take the, wheeled, ride. Man, your inventory's nomenclature is getting lamer by the minute. Dave, capture the unplugged power cord. You take the power cord. Wait, no, not going to work. Dave, think of a new word for power cord. You take the battery pack. Damn it. You take the battery pack using the Y as a consonant. Your Sylladex reluctantly accepts. It's a tactic notoriously employed by hashmap noobs, but you just don't care about that now. Besides, it's not like your bro is around to see.
Yes.
Dave, search for some mad snacks, yo. Oh, it was just a little cow again. You can never stay mad at him. Anyway, you've got to get this way rude hunger under control. You figure you ought to scope the fridge for some grub. This hunger is so ill-mannered it would make a room full of snooty dowagers commit mass suicide. What? Okay.
That's a very weird analogy.
Dave, open refrigerator. Oh god, more shitty swords. Of course you knew these were in here. You're not even sure why you looked. If you want to keep any food or beverages in this apartment, you've pretty much got no choice but to hide stuff away in your closet. Dave, take swords. The hell with it. You try to take the entire jumble of unbelievably shitty swords and brace yourself for... Looks like that works, actually. You captchalogue the jumble of unbelievably shitty swords. Dave, use Ice Maker. It's still hot around here. You dispense several cherry bombs. Wait, who's that looking at you in the reflection? Where'd the little dude scamper off to this time? Dave, captchalogue cherry bombs. You go for the cherry bombs unsuccessfully. After mulling it over a bit, you take the red spherical salutes. Wait, what? Oh. Dave, take blender. Blender is a pretty simple word, and you can already tell that's not going to work. Instead, you take the whirling blade pitcher. That's really a much better name for it anyway, you think. Dave, activate garbage disposal. Dave, stuff down Mr. Purple Guy into the garbage disposal. You're still not sure what he's so happy about, or what he's looking at up there. While you're at it, you dump the contents of the blender, the whirling blade pitcher into the disposal. You suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal head jam. You notice something in the reflection, something above you. Dave, look up. It's the hatch to the crawl space above your apartment. Bro's always tucking away in there when he's busting out his rad stealth stunts. He's so slick that dangling cord never even jostles. You just know he's being ironic with these weird mind games. There's no way anyone could be serious about aping those shitty movies. Dave, use the turntables and cinder blocks to make a fort. It's a pretty sweet fort you just made, and you're pretty sure your brother would agree. Under different circumstances, you might be high-fiving over it right now, but rather than get inside and take her for a spin, you really just need to use it to get up to the hatch. Dave, yank cord. It is time to face your destiny. No going back now.
Oh no.
Squish.
Yeah, there was pretty much no way there wasn't going to be a bunch of puppets in there. And there's the context. Dave, read the note on the hatch. Bro, roof now. Bring cow. We're doing it, man. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Dave, burst out of the puppet pile like the one. Dave, be the other guy. You are now the other guy. John, take towels and sheets from bed and make a tent. This is so much fun. A huge waste of time, yes, but so much fun. John, carve a totem of the punched pogo card. You put the punched card containing the pogo ride in the slot and carve a totem from one of the Cruxite dowels. John, repeat process with other cards and dowels. You use the card containing the code for the hammer, as well as the one with the random code you punched on the shaving cream card for the hell of it. You carve the respective totems for the cards. John, do same thing with Captcha Log card. You make a totem for a Captcha Log card. Pretty bare bones looking totem, if you ask you. Rose, collect totems. You stow the items in your Athenium. Rose, produce Captcha Log card. The alchemeter requires 1 unit of any type of grist to produce 1 card. You decide to use shale since it seems less generally useful than build grist as of now. You make a whole bunch of them. Hello?
Whoa, did you just make all these?
Yes.
Sweet, thanks. What did you do with all the blue wobbly vase-looking things?
I brought them to the totems. Wait. Yeah. I brought the totems out to the alchemeter to test them. I'm taking some things into my own hands to save some time.
Okay.
You create a hammer at the expense of 2 units of build grist. You make a pogo ride too. -5 build, 1 shale. You use the totem carved with the random code. You create a rocket pack with some random crap stuck inside it. Looks like a cinder block, a violin, and a flower pot. The items have rendered the device completely inoperable. You figure you might as well put this piece of junk to use. John, collect cards. Using a little strategy, first you grab Harry Anderson's Wise Guide by Mike Cavany, then the cards, then your ejected PDA, then the book again to flush the cards into your deck. Nice going. John, turn on Detect Collisions. You flip your fetch mode eye, but find no such option. This is idiotic. John, read book. Be the wise guy. We are not reading this.
What? Why?
Come on.
There's so much here, man. Cremating a wet dog? Okay. You never really understood what Cavany's relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about him. His ambivalent attitude toward your favorite magician in these anecdotes always struck you as a little weird, and to be honest, you tend not to read much of the text in the book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for all the cool tricks. Oh yeah, that's right, the old hole in the ace trick. Interestingly enough, pertaining to punching holes in cards and making them disappear and stuff. Your hands were never really strong enough to make this one work all that well either. But actually, this gives you an idea. You overlap 2 of the punched cards. They mask each other's hole patterns. John, put both cards in totem lathe. You carve another totem using the new combined hole pattern. John, take it to the alchemeter. Aw man, looks like Rose already made like 1 billion hammers for some reason. Get all this shit out of the way. You're about to make something sweet.
It's the pogo
You
hammer.
got the pogo
The
hammer.
pogo hammer.
John, practice with new weapon. Boing, boing.
Boing, 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 boing.
What did you do?
I combined the cards in the lathe thingy and made this. It is so sweet. Man, look at me go.
I see. That is a really good idea, John. Nice work.
Thanks. I got the idea from Harry Anderson.
Who?
You know the show Night Court?
Oh.
Oh, well, bottom line is he's awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Also, Night Court has a new season.
Oh
on
my
Peacock.
god!
Oh my lord, he is John!
John, attack the nearest imp to test Pogo Hammer's strength. You get a vicious, rhythmic bouncing combo going and easily slay the imp in 1 blow. You and the Pogo Rider catapulted sky high in the process. Sweet catch. Rose, pester John.
Hey, that was pretty nice.
Sweet catch?
Save. Oh yeah, that. This is pretty comfy. Why don't you just like carry the bed around with me on it, up to the gate up there?
I can't interact with you directly or anything that you are touching if it will result in moving you. See?
Oh, lame.
The game probably regards that as some kind of cheating, in a way, thieving you of your free will as an adventurer. and the need to advance by your own skill and ingenuity. The server player is just a facilitator.
Well, okay. All that scurrying around kind of wore me out. I think I'm gonna rest here for a bit. Rose, you keep the imps at bay. Like, drop some stuff on them if they sneak too close.
No, you should pick up your hammer and defend yourself.
What? Come on.
I have no idea what the hell Dave is up to, or if he's any closer to recovering the game. There's some stuff I'd like to try, in case he doesn't come through.
Oh, alright. I'm just gonna rest my eyes here for a second, though.
John, sleep.
Here you go.
It's the first one. Rose, check Alchemy Excursus. Looks like a sort of index, documenting all the known results for punch card alchemy combinations. This could be a convenient resource as you start to stumble on more useful card combinations, but ever since John started punching cards, you've been contemplating other ways this item manufacturing system could be put to use. In particular, if you obtain the code for any item at your disposal, you think you could theoretically send the code to John and he could make it himself. That is, if you can think of anything that would be worth sending to him. Rose, capture log Spurb server CD. You eject the disk and capture log the server CD. Rose, message John the captcha code. Oh, god damn it. John, wake up. Interesting. What pumpkin?
Oh, pumpkin.
Caden.
Hey,
Whoa, there you are.
how's your adventure going, John?
It's okay. I'm making some progress, and Rose finally connected again, so she is helping me now.
That's good.
Oh, but like I don't think I am actually saving the world here. Sad. I don't know what I'm really accomplishing, but I guess it's not that.
I think whatever it is, it must be pretty important. Don't lose hope, John. I think it will all turn out for the best if you stay that positive. Just keep listening to your grandmother's advice.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I don't think I mentioned Nana to you, did I?
Oh, I don't know. Didn't you?
I don't know. Maybe you talked to Rose or Dave about it or something.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
They're really weird when they talk to me about you. Like, they're always trying to convince me you have some spooky powers, but I'm always like, no, she seems like a pretty regular girl to me. But then when I think back, maybe there are some times when it seems like you know some things. Like maybe you know more about a thing that you're telling me. I don't know.
Oh well, John. I want to explain a lot of things to you. Some things that I know. I'm just waiting.
Waiting for what?
Oh, John, I forgot I was messaging you about the meteor that fell near my home.
Oh, yeah, whatever happened with that?
Oh boy. Well, it turns out I was confused about it. Really confused. See, I guess I fell asleep for a while and lost track of time. That happens.
Yeah, tell me about it. Maybe you should, like, wear an alarm clock or something. So what was the deal with the meteor?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I know what it is now, and now I know everything's going to be okay.
So what is it? Or is this just another thing you're waiting to tell me?
Oh gosh, John, I really want to tell you all this stuff, but I can't yet. I really think you need to wake up first.
Huh?
Well, okay, not literally. Well, okay, maybe kind of literally.
Stop being so confusing.
Well, anyways, time for you to go, John. I think you have some company.
John, didn't you know that Jade is only good at being confusing in the early parts of this webcomic? John, quickly grab the pogo hammer. You stick the pogo hammer back in your strife specimens and get ready to kill some more of these pesky little... Huh? What's that? Tentacle therapist ceased pestering ectobiologist at...
Rose, why aren't you dropping something on that thing? Oh no.
John, be the imp. You be the imp and quickly abscond the fuck out of there. This is what weaker adversaries do whenever things get too hot to handle, which is frequently. John, prepare for a boss battle. You stop being the imp because that was stupid and scurry over to your magic chest that you suddenly remembered was on the roof. There are some things in here that would be good to stock up on for a major battle, but it looks like someone has plundered your chest. This is so outrageous. You are being ambushed. There isn't much room to maneuver on this sloping roof. Maybe you should consider making your way to higher ground. John, ascend to the highest point of the house. You go up here. John, look down. You peek over the edge. It already seems like a long way down to your yard, not even to speak of whatever's below. Hey, weren't your trick handcuffs dangling from that branch earlier? Damn it, why do imps gotta be making off with all your sweet gear? John, turn around. You are confronted with a pair of enormous foes. This is it. You have no choice but to wage a fierce rooftop battle. This is totally going to happen now, and could in no way conceivably be interrupted by a sudden shift in our attention. It's go time. It's time to do this thing. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen.
Bro, wait, no. Bro did.
Dylan.
What? Which one am
Still
I?
you.
It's still you.
Oh, it's still me? I can't tell. It was just a face. You got the new hot game that everyone's buzzing about these days?
Dude, you know I did. You know it.
That's so sweet, man. How about a bro hug bump?
Okay, how do we do this?
Let's do this thing.
Let's make this shit work. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen.
Aw, yeah.
These are so deep fried.
Dave, stop being the other guy. You stop being the other guy. You're not even sure what that meant anyway. Dave, ascend to the highest point of the building.
This time, it's personal. Nothing personnel, kid.
Acrobatic
He's so
fucking
cool.
pirouette. Psych! Oh, wait. Times two, a double psych out combo! You are now the wayward vagabond. WV, retreat. Got him already. WV, examine rotten pumpkin. What pumpkin? WV, check the little red bar. It appears to be a gauge for a large power cell, perhaps fueled by some type of nuclear reaction. If this is the case, it is relatively low on fuel, but who knows how long it has been running here. You do not care about this sort of nonsense, and you will disregard it at once. You are very hungry. WV, captchalogue can of gravy. Captchalogue? You have no idea what that means. It is total nonsense, and you do not know what to make of it. You will not give the foolish notion a second thought. WV, pick up the can of gravy. Just pick it up. You just pick it up. You are now holding the can of gravy. WV, use sharp teeth to poke a hole in the lid of the can. Your teeth are useless for the task. They are blunt like that of livestock, presumably suitable for mashing up plant matter, and not for puncturing metal. WV, attempt to open can with your weak and pathetic digits. Your weak, pathetic digits are not strong enough to penetrate the can. Your fingers are certainly pointy enough and your black carapace is suitably rigid, but you just don't have enough muscle for the task. WV, take the can labeled beans. Okay, you take that too. WV, examine can of custard. The can clearly reads mustard, a fact of which you were perfectly well aware. It is sort of cumbersome holding all these cans at once. You doubt you can hold many more than this, maybe one or two. You'll need to find something to put stuff in if you want to carry a lot of things around. WV, examine marking on wrist. You drop all the cans and take a look at your wrist. Wait a minute, this is the shittiest inventory system yet. It is a sort of specialized barcode pattern. This brings back unpleasant memories and you would prefer not to dwell on it. WV, examine the small potted plant. What plant? WV, check book on human etiquette. It appears half the pages of this book have been eaten. The daunting volume is considerably lighter than it once was. You are somewhat skeptical about the nutritional value contained by these pages. However, of the practical wisdom they contain, there can be little doubt. You have learned so much. WV, clear out all the cans inside the purple machine. You empty the peculiar cabinet and take a quick inventory of your canned goods. You have beans, mustard, gravy, bread, shrimp, asparagus, cheese, rice, corn, peas, flour, chestnuts, mayo, ham, potatoes, and squash. Such bountiful plenty, and yet the delights taunt you from within their small metal prisons. WV, search room for can opener. You've already looked all over the place for a can opener, even making a few electronic inquiries about one to no avail. Nothing else inside the purple thing either. WV, locate a nearby sharp object. You wield your trusty knife. It is actually well, you're not sure what they're called. It's an old rusted one of those red mailbox arm-swingy flappy doodads, either for letting you know there is mail in the box, or maybe for alerting the mailman to outgoing mail to be collected. You don't know, really. You've wrapped a little piece of cloth around it for the grip. It is useless for opening cans. WV, be the imp. This means nothing to you. You are not an imp, you have no idea what an imp is, and you will not entertain such frivolous and childish ideas ever again. You feel stupid and hate yourself a little for even considering it. WV, become the mayor of Cantown. As the glorious founder and mayor of Cantown, you erect a dignified, majestic city hall out of cans, fittingly capped off with a tome of good manners for the roof. You've given yourself a very official and important-looking mayoral sash made out of old cables to complete your look of authority. A number of rather civic-minded citizen cans gather in front of the building to offer adulation to their fair and magnanimous leader. All is well. You immerse yourself in this beautiful dream as you whittle away the minutes or perhaps hours. You love the idea of being a mayor. You love everything about mayors and the concept of an orderly civil democracy. It all seems so mannerly and reasonable to you. Everyone is friendly and happy, and the city runs like clockwork. The foundation of the government is based on mutual respect between the leader and its people. It is also built on having a really great mayor that everyone loves who is totally amazing and heroic and brave. Mayors are so much better than kings. You hate kings, and you think kings are really stupid. They're petty, bossy tyrants, and are really full of themselves and are basically awful in every way. God, do you hate kings. WV, explore west of Cantown. Over here is the other side of the room. There's another one of those purple storage boxes and some useless objects scattered on the floor. WV, use glowing green rock to open cans. You pick up the nugget of uranium and... Oh, that was stupid. Why would you do that? WV, examine box of crayons. It's chalk, numbnuts. Inside the box, there are 12 pieces of chalk in every color of the... 10 pieces of chalk in most colors of the rainbow. You're excited by this. WV, try to open the storage box. It's locked. There must be some sort of release mechanism for this thing. WV, examine contents of yellow container. The container is full of motor oil. This does not seem useful to you right now. WV, rescue that poor lightning bug. There's nothing you can do for this new little friend. Attempting to crush the amber encasing the firefly would likely cause it harm. It nevertheless bravely flashes on. You find its light alluring, inspiring. To you it seems as if it could quite easily serve as the light of democracy. WV, use the chalk to draw some roads. You sketch a handsome network of sprawling thoroughfares for your citizens to traverse. The adoring population applauds its mayor's keen instincts for city planning. You even add some lush vegetation to your city with a piece of blue chalk because you can't seem to find a more suitable color for some reason. WV, lay a chalk foundation for Cantown's civic growth. You develop westward, settling those fertile plans and claiming them for your city. You section off a number of residential and commercial zones for civic growth, arranged in the only logical pattern that occurs to you. You color the residential zones with your piece of white chalk, but for some reason, none of the colors in the box strike you as suitable for the commercial zones. Perhaps there is an alternative. WV, use your own pee for the commercial zones. You cannot urinate because you have not had anything to drink in quite some time. You are very thirsty. Also, that is a really terrible idea, and you would not consider befouling your wonderful city in that way for even a moment. WV, use motor oil to designate commercial zones. You fill each empty square with a bit of motor oil to complete the zoning. It looks rather striking to you. You can hardly imagine that an up-and-coming young can trying to make it in the world would not be delighted to live in your fair district. You are very careful not to get any of the unpleasant fluid on your person. WV, peel label from can of mayo and affix it to sash. WV, survey surroundings in search of more terrain for city. It seems you've run out of territory for your western expansion. There is still a lot of empty wall space. Perhaps your citizens would be happier with a colorful backdrop that would make them feel more at home. Using most of your imagination and an entire piece of sky blue chalk, you render a bright and cheerful sky full of clouds. You have decided that very closely orbiting your city is a luminous planet about which orbits a single moon. You switch to another shade of blue and continue rendering on the western wall. Orbiting much further from your city are 4 planets. None of these have satellites, you've decided. Yes, that makes sense, you think. And on the southern wall, beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness occupying the furthest orbit yet, there is an ominous planet, a moon circling this one too. WV, check that rampaging boy on the screen. Oh yeah, it's that guy. You had almost forgotten about him and his confusing shenanigans. It seems like he has things well in hand at the moment. He does not appear to need your help, and you've already concluded that he cannot help you, at least for the time being. WV, turn on the other 3 screens. You have no idea how to turn these on. There is no mouse for this weird quadra-monitored computer. It can only be operated through text commands from its keyboard. Perhaps there's a special key or command which will allow you to switch to another monitor. WV, press tab. WV, consume several cans. You free the heavenly brown elixir from the jewels of pink carapace and imbibe like the wind. It is so sweet and sugary, you wonder how so much sugar can fit in one can. Whatever mighty wizard concocted this potion is truly deserving of your fear and respect. WV, welcome the rest into the city. The tabs are naturalized as loyal new citizens of Cantown. All cans are welcome and equal in your city, regardless of can content and whether empty or full. It's not like emptying a can kills it or anything. They're just cans after all. WV, hit escape. Feeling refreshed and heavily caffeinated, you go back to work on the big computer. You hit escape, which seems to minimize the action window thingy and reveals a history of all the commands you've entered. So, Raven, do you know, does this update depending on what you did in the Flash? There's no way, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just an image.
Yeah. You use the arrow key to scroll up a bit. You can't believe how much you've already typed into this stupid contraption. What a waste of time. You scroll all the way up to your first command. It looks like there are more commands above it. Maybe someone was entering commands on this thing before you. There aren't many more. At the top of this list appears to be the very first command. WV, type switch 2. Oh god! You activate screen 2. The signal is garbled and you have no idea what you're looking at. Some sort of filthy beggar pleading for help. No one is around and nothing is happening. You seem to be locked out of any sort of interaction with whatever's happening on this monitor. WV, type switch 3. It's another one of those rapscallions. This monitor is locked too. You can't tell him what to do. Not that you really want to, since it just looks like more confusing nonsense to you. You consider switching to screen 4, but decide against it. You have a feeling that whatever's there would just confuse you even more, and you don't even really care all that much anyway. WV, type home. All 4 screens activate. Together they display a countdown, starting at 4 hours and 13 minutes. WV, type reboot. You can't. Nothing is working anymore. The timer seems to have disabled the keyboard. WV, be the mayor. Enough of this nonsense. You are an important mayor, and this absurd contraption has wasted enough of your time. You've got a city to govern with a carapaced fist, which is to say firm, yet polished and supple as the situation demands. Anyway, this will help you kill some time while you wait for that clock to count down. WV, create employment opportunities for the citizen cans. You temporarily dismantle City Hall to free up all the can power available to create a vigilant town militia. You divide them into 2 groups, marking them with distinct teams and ranks using the piece of white chalk and the motor oil. You then organize them in phalanx across the countryside, preparing for a stiff training regimen. When you are through with them, your forces will be a well-oiled machine. Chalk another one up to bold leadership. WV, lead your men to victory. You waste more than 4 hours on this tomfoolery. WV, mourn the loss of Citizen Tab. Your caffeinated jittering must have agitated all the little bubbles curiously hidden in the liquid, creating too much pressure in the can. You speculate this is why it exploded as you nervously eye the timer. You're starting to wonder what will happen when it reaches 0. Maybe it would be best not to be near it when this happens. Minutes in the future, though perhaps not as few as implied by circumstance, a peregrine mendicant trundles precious cargo beneath the gleam of the celestially ominous. WV, go outside and get some sun. You say a bittersweet goodbye to your beloved city. It is time to move on to greener pastures, by which of course you mean an arid, sandy wasteland upon which nothing green has grown in years. The door shuts behind you. A panel on the door becomes illuminated. As you ponder over the marks on the panel, you hear another mechanical sound overhead. The LCD panel appears to have a touchscreen interface. WV, curiously prod the funny-looking spirograph. It appears the funny-looking spirograph room is locked. The floor rotates a full 360 degrees beneath you while the surrounding wall seems to stay put. W, select the triangly fractal. The triangly fractal room does not appear to be locked. The floor turns 120 degrees and the door opens. You go through the door to find another room. It's the same size as the other one you just wasted all that time in while a clock was ticking down to something which may or may not be your doom. Maybe there is something in here that will help you escape. Against the wall there is another perplexing contraption. Against the opposite wall is some sort of control panel which catches your eye. It has 2 large screens, but only one appears to be active. There are fields for numbers which appear to be modifiable with the dials to the right. Some numbers are already supplied by default, perhaps entered by the previous user. There are a few buttons below, the largest one bearing the symbol marking this room. Also, it looks like there is a meter stick propped up there for some reason. WV, attach your trusty knife to the meter stick. You immediately craft a measuring spear through possibly the most advanced form of alchemy employed thus far. This is obviously the most important thing to do first. Obviously. Or it would obviously be the most important thing to do if you had remembered to bring your trusty knife. You feel so insecure without your trusty knife, it makes you want to slit your wrists, or at the very least flog your carapace with some sort of measuring apparatus. WV, look at the other wall. You examine the perplexing contraption across the room. You, of course, have no idea what it could possibly do. You adopt the only obvious course of action, which is to poke and prod it with your handy ruler. You're quite sure this is what science is all about. WV, press the triangle button. You go back to the control panel, which probably obviously controls that gizmo, and you push the big blue button, which is obviously probably the most obvious thing to push. You purify a pumpkin. WV, examine pumpkin. It seems this mysterious gourd was transported, purified, from a specific time and location somewhere on this planet you are on. You wonder if the machine, a purifier, will take any object that exists at whatever time and location you supply. There is a symbol carved on the pumpkin. You don't know what it means, and you doubt it will ever prove to be relevant in any way. WV, devour pumpkin. You consider dining on the ripe flesh of the plump vegetable, but your curiosity about the purifier gets the better of you. You try to sneak a nibble from the pumpkin nonetheless. WV, inspect green button. You first examine the attractive green buttons. The icon for the one on the left is that house shape you've already seen plenty of times before. The right one on closer inspection appears to be a map for this underground facility with an X marking its center. WV, press green button on right. You push the button. All of the numbers change. Perhaps these are the coordinates for the location of the center of this facility, along with the local date and time. If this is the case, it would make a useful reference point for your current bearings. WV, fiddle with the dials. One way to find out would be to attempt to purify something from this facility. It should be easy to zero in on a location relative to the center because you have an uncanny knack for tracking precise distances you've already traversed in whatever units you choose. Your handy ruler gives you a good clue as to the basic unit of human measurement. You will go with that. WV, purify your trusty knife. You nudge the coordinates very slightly and bump up the elevation by 0.5 human measurement units. You make sure to keep the time approximately what it was to begin with. You purify your trusty knife. WV, purify Cantown. You nudge the numbers a bit more and purify a bunch of cans. This is so much more efficient than walking back to the other room to get them. You are to believe that time is at a premium, after all. WV, de-purify the pumpkin. Does this machine look like a de-purifier to you? Honestly, the idea that an purify could both purify and de-purify things is so laughably ridiculous, you would wish someone would de-purify your brain and re-purify it with a brain that is more smart and less dumb. WV, use trusty knife to carve spook schema in pumpkin. What the hell are you talking about? That idea makes no sense at all and is basically meaningless. Try using that mushy stuff in your gourd next time. Instead, you just carve off the top, exposing a decadent cache of gorgeous seed-laden ambrosia. Needless to say, you consume all of it rather quickly, but it turns out to be too gross for us to watch. WV, move spirograph switch. You cannot move it. It has a spirograph-shaped indentation and possibly will require a special kind of key to turn it. WV, a purified firefly out of the amber. You release your blinky new friend. You will give her a name when something suitably whimsical appears to you. WV, adjust time dial to purify rotten pumpkin. You and Serenity consider new ways to waste more time with the purifier. You're assuming she is a girl firefly, even though you're not really sure that fireflies can even be girls. You target the extremely tasty rotten pumpkin that was sitting in the other room hours ago. It seems the purifier cannot purify something if it will create a time paradox. A gelatinous ghost pumpkin purifies and quickly dissolves into a pile of unappetizing sludge. WV, purify the grate over the entrance to the facility. Serenity blinks a message of urgency. You nearly forgot that while trapped in amber, she was witness to all your tomfoolery and dilly-dallying in the other room, and knows the timer is about to expire. It is time to get the show on the road and escape. You reset the coordinates with the right green button again, and this time only adjust the elevation by approximately 10 human measurement units. Oh hey, look, there's that Morse code.
The Morse code.
WV, hasten to the exit post-haste. Psych? Oh wait. Unpsych. You attempt the rare and highly dangerous 5 times cliffhanger combo and fail. We are doing it, man. We are making this happen. WV, ascend.
How much longer till the end part? Because I'm getting real tired. Okay. I was feeling it. This feels like I think it's the last part of this part. No, wait.
So, Rocket?
Rocket. So long as Wandering Vagabond is okay, I like him. He's very cool. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'm okay with my kid dying.
And that's the end of Act 2.
Ooh, that was certainly Homestuck Act 2. What?
That was a lot.
There's
I was
some
fine
lore
to say.
dump at the end there, huh?
Yeah, that was.
Drink 3 energy
Dang, that felt
drinks.
so much longer than the last act.
I mean, it was like
It was
twice as
double.
long, so yeah.
If it continues increasing,
we are not going to be able to keep this up. I think this is the last act that we're probably going to be able to do this for.
This act is like 500 pages. Next act is like 400.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so act 3 is 395,
Uh-huh.
and this act is like 500 and some, I believe. Wait, let me
Okay,
check.
so we should be able to Act 3 it then. We should be able to do
Yeah,
Act
Act 3 should
3
be
in
able
one
to be
sitting.
one time.
Yeah, this one
That-
was 511. Act 4 is 631.
That's a lot. We might want to split that up in like half if we can figure out a good point on that one.
Yeah.
And then Act 5 is probably ridiculous because that's the trolls, right?
Yeah, let me check that real quick.
I'm waiting
So
to hear
much-
2,119.
Jesus Christ.
And then
I was
Act
about to say,
6
I'm
is
waiting.
half of the webcomic.
I was about to say, I'm waiting to hear like 2,000 pages.
That's like 4 that would be 4 episodes.
Act 6. 4,000.
Yeah,
and
it's
10
literally
pages.
half of the webcomic.
4,000 pages.
Act 7. 3 pages.
You have to remember though that Act 6 specifically is split up into like 100 different sub acts.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's
definitely.
like
Act
a
6 is the
1,000-page
worst.
intermission somewhere in here. I think it's between 4 and 5, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, but just scrolling through just the Act 6 wiki page in MS Paint Adventures wiki, it's horrendous. Act 6, Act 5, Act 1.
Act 6, Act 5, Act 2, intermission.
Act 6, Act 6, intermission 4.
Yeah, Act 6 is ridiculous, but it doesn't matter. We'll probably be able to do Act 3 in one sitting, so that's good. Anyway, that was Act 2. Stick around for Act 3. And if you, I don't know, we don't have any goals. There's nothing to.
There was no
If
specific
you come to
goals
Act
this
3
episode that were kind of
40
fun.
times in the comments, we will do all of Act 6 in one sitting.
No, we will not. I do not think that is physically possible.
Yes.
I
don't know
think
what
I
you're
would
talking about.
die before we finish that in one
If
sitting.
every person on the planet watches this video, we will do Act 6 in one sitting.
Well, I just wake up and then we look at it like, when the fuck did that happen?
Why does this video have 8 billion views?
If we get a certain amount of likes, I don't know, we'll watch
get a
all of Broadway Car Cat
Oh my
I
god.
Oh no!
and review
100.
it. We will rank all of Broadway Car Cat.
Yeah, if this video
Tier
gets
list.
20 likes, Broadway Car Cat tier list.
S tier. Car Cat, be a fanboy.
Yeah, I mean
S
that's
tier.
like the only good one.
Hey,
Easy
hey.
S tier.
GFDI Dave.
No.
No, no, that is
Just
like
no.
B tier. That's terrible.
Hey, won't say I'm flushed is pretty good as well. I buy a Broadway.
GFDI Dave is D tier only because it's stupidly catchy. It would be F tier otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
He's having. It's amazing. You guys don't understand the potential of GFDI, Dave.
Anyway,
Anyway,
hit the like button, subscribe, click the notification bell, follow me on Pinterest.
Don't forget Twitter.
See, but like that's something that could feasibly exist.
join our
Oh, yeah,
subreddit.
Don't forget the OnlyFans where we only post Homestuck content.
Don't forget the OnlyFans where it's explicit Nana Sprite cross Harlequin smut.
Art by yours truly. I'm not drawing that unless we get a certain amount of comments on this video.
What are we selling our souls to?
Too much.
Too much.
Like, watch him hit all these goals.
We've already sold our soul to Homestuck.
I mean,
Watch
yeah,
him hit all these
we're gonna be
goals
doing
we
this for a
have to
while.
follow.